Breaking news from the White House. Joe Biden wants a simplified two-step tax form. Step 1, tell us how much you made last year. Step 2, send it in. That's just not right. But 92.5 Fox News is right all along.
Fill up your coolers this weekend with seltzers and canned cocktails. Great prices. Find what you love what you find at Total Wine & More. Drink responsibly, be 21.
Have you ever wished for custom designed storm screens and windows that are strong, beautiful, and protect year-round? Start with what's smart. Smart is energy efficient. Smart is impeccable service. Smart is reliable 365 days a year. Start designing your custom storm catcher screens and impact windows today. Call 855-365-SMART or visit stormsmart.com for your free in-home consultation. Storm Smart. Smart is beautiful.
The power that crystal meth had over me is baffling. And the only option I was left with was I can die alone in this misery, or I could try to stop.
Visit our website at drugfree.org. A message from the Partnership for a Drug-Free America.
Even the left speaker sounds right when you're listening to 92.5 WFSX Estero, Fox News. Right all along.
President Biden is halfway around the world. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
Air Force One is wheels down in South Korea.
He's starting a 6-day trip that will also take the president to Japan. The administration keeping a close eye on North Korea for yet another missile or possibly a nuclear test while he is in Asia.
The president lands as soaring gas prices here at home hit a new daily record high. It comes as the House voted Thursday to pass the Democrats' bill to combat price gouging. Yet members of the president's own cabinet want to place the blame for high gas prices on Russia.
Fox's Griff Jenkins. That record gas price today, $4.59 per gallon for regular, up a fraction from yesterday, according to AAA. Republicans blame Biden energy policy and his regulations. While on the trip, the president will sign the $40 billion in weapons and aid to Ukraine. The Senate joined the House, approving yesterday.
This funding will make an immediate and substantial difference in Ukraine's fight.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, but Ukrainians have just about lost the battle for Mariupol.
With Russia in control of the battered and scorched but strategically important city. Russia claims that more than 1,700 Ukrainian fighters who've been holed up in that massive Azovstal steel plant have surrendered this week. A few of the fighters with the Azov regiment remain in the plant, even indicated that they will continue to fight. Those who have surrendered have either been hospitalized or taken to a prison colony in the Russian-controlled section of the Donbass region.
Fox's Mike Tobin in Lviv. There's news on abortion rights in 2 states as we await an expected Supreme Court ruling that may overturn the decision that legalized abortion rights. Oklahoma lawmakers approved a bill the Republican governor is expected to sign that would
prohibit abortions in all cases, except if the mother's life is in danger or if the pregnancy is due to rape or incest that has been reported to police.
Fox's Granholm Scott. In Kentucky, a federal judge blocked a law banning abortions after 15 weeks of pregnancy until the Supreme Court's rulings released. America's listening to Fox News.
You heard us right. 92.5 WFSX Estero, Fox News. Right all along.
This update is presented by Johnston Spinal Care, the leader in spinal decompression. Find them online at 596back.com.
Wink News, traffic.
If you're out on the roads throughout Collier County, a couple slick spots due to that rain, so drive extra slow. Leave the house a few minutes early to get where you need to go. Just that usual trouble spot at Pine Ridge Road and Airport Pulling, looking pretty good but a little slow moving. Pine Ridge also a little slow near the interstate, and the interstate itself just delayed a little bit as you head out eastbound past the Club Naples RV Resort. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wertz, Wink News.
The news you need, the host you trust, getting it right all day and all night. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Let's hear from Dr. Johnston at 596-BACK.
In my experience over the years, I have talked to so many patients that were told, you've got arthritis, there's nothing that can be done for your back, neck, or leg pain. You'll just have to live with it. Arthritis means inflammation in a joint, a very general word that doesn't help much at all. What's more important is to discover what is causing the inflammation. At Johnston Spinal Care 596-BACK, I have found that very often one of the underlying problems is nerve or joint compression. Non-surgical spinal decompression is a simple but ingenious treatment that may be the solution you've been looking for, the safest and newest approach with long-lasting healing. Spinal decompression therapy helps relieve pain from herniated discs, neuropathy, sciatica, and stenosis, removing nerve compression and allowing blood and nutrition to go back into the spinal joints to start real healing. What you do today affects your tomorrow. Let us help. Johnston Spinal Care. Call 596-BACK for a free telephone consultation. 596-BACK. 596-2225.
Do you have an old sedan? Sutherland buys it. How about a minivan? Sutherland buys it. A souped-up truck? Sutherland buys it. No matter what, Sutherland buys it. Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral will buy your car right now. Click SutherlandBuysIt.com and get $8,000 more than your trade is worth. $8,000 more. Then come shop the #1 certified dealer. Get certified Ultima, certified Rogues, certified Titans. Pay thousands less than new. Get a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty, plus free gas for the rest of the summer. And remember, click SutherlandBuysIt.com for $8,000 more than book value for your trade, no matter what it is or where you bought it, through Monday only. Hurry to Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral, your used car megastore, online at flnissan.com. If you don't shop Sutherland, you'll pay too much.
See dealer for details.
Did you know that King Roofing has expert dedicated repair crews to troubleshoot roof problems? They can fix everything from tree damage to broken tiles and, of course, roof leaks. Do you have a leak or water stains or tile damage? Call King Roofing, a roofing company with the right team to repair it. King Roofing, experienced in roof repair for over 40 years.
License number CCC 057279.
Every castle deserves a king. We could fly to such great heights.
With MSC Cruises, a world of discovery awaits. And now you can set sail with free balcony upgrades to enjoy those ultimate ocean views. Plus, kids sail free, so gather the group. And rest easy with flexible booking changes. Discover the Caribbean and the Bahamas, including Ocean Key, our award-winning private island. Only the sea offers you so much. Only MSC Cruises offers you so much more. To book, call your travel advisor or visit msccruises.com. Restrictions apply.
Most politicians are just show ponies. But Wilton Simpson is a workhorse. Conservative, Republican, fifth-generation Floridian. Simpson's a lifelong farmer who shoots straight and gets things done, like educational and economic opportunity. As Florida's Senate president, Wilton Simpson worked side by side with Governor DeSantis. Simpson fought and won more rights for parents, more choices for kids, and was named champion for school choice. When some politicians wanted lockdowns that threatened our economy, our kids' educations, and our constitutional rights, Wilton Simpson led the charge to keep Florida free and open. Simpson's endorsed by Governor Ron DeSantis, 59 sheriffs, and President Donald Trump. Workhorse Wilton Simpson, the conservative who gets things done. Candidate, Florida Commissioner of Agriculture. Sponsored by Grow Florida.
More and more people are learning the benefits of CBD and CBG. Whether it's pain relief, help with anxiety, or a reduction of appetite, there are so many benefits. And now you can combine those great positive effects with a beverage you already love, wine. Introducing Vino Herb, an award-winning producer of de-alcoholized wines infused with CBD and CBG. Choose from Chardonnay, Pinot Grigio, Rosé, or Sangria. And coming soon, a delightful Cabernet blend. Enjoy all of the benefits in a wine with a fraction of the sugar and calories. In fact, one bottle of Vino Herb has about the equivalent to the sugar and calories in just one glass of regular wine. So fruity, so tantalizing, and so many benefits. You want it, you just don't know it yet. Just give it a try. Visit VinoHerbCBD.com. That's VinoHerbCBD.com. Check it out today. The statements made regarding these products have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. All information presented is not meant as a substitute or alternative to information from healthcare practitioners.
Thank you for waking us all up out here, for all you do. And
thank you for giving us a voice.
For being out there helping to keep the constitutional republic.
I want to thank you for
your support for veterans in the military.
Educating us.
Standing up for conservatism.
Giving us the truth.
Daybreak with Drew Steele.
All right, we made it. It's Jake Day. It's Jake Day Friday. How do you not feel good about it? Jake Day Friday. Come on. How do you not? Yes, you in the front. Yes, you, sir. What's the matter? What? Why are you? What?
It's raining.
Yeah, that's a good thing. We could use it. Ask anybody who lives in Cape Coral right now. You think you could use some rain? What? This is good. This is a good thing. It's raining. There's lightning. You got the thunder, the roll of thunder. What? Okay. Yeah, what?
Football field, 100 yards. What was that, 300 feet? So about 150 feet away from me, have a football field.
Yeah.
On my way to work this morning.
Yep. You made sounds with your mouth? What are you trying to say?
That was lightning and thunder.
Oh,
you just couldn't see the lightning.
Oh, so
unless you're on YouTube.
So like a lightning bolt hit just a little ways away from you? Is that it?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. It was scary. Because normally when you see the flash, you're like, oh, whoa, how long is it going to be until I get to hear it? And it was way too close.
Oh, you got one of those lightning flashes where the minute it flashes, you also get the... So you really were right there.
It's pretty close.
Yep. How's your life going? How you doing there?
A little worried about my cat right now.
Yeah, well, you know what? I was going to say you might be worried about some other things too. When you get the lightning that close, makes you think, how's everything else going in my life? See what I'm saying?
Are you saying that I was smited by the almighty smiter?
No. If you were smited, you wouldn't have came into work today. Okay, never mind. No, I'm just saying, just get right with God. That's all I'm saying. Did I say that? No, I didn't say that. What? I'm just saying in general. Sorry. What a way to start a Friday. I'm not saying you're not. I'm just saying it's always a good thing. Wow. 239-479-5592 is the Brett AC Talking text line. Streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's. We always appreciate you watching and subscribing to our podcast, subscribing to the channel on Rumble, and YouTube up and running. Yep, for the time being, we're tempting you. Come on, come get us. And Facebook, Drew Steele Radio. You can go there and watch as well. All right, coming up this morning, why some senators decided to support, on the Republican side, the $40 billion was approved yesterday for Ukraine. 11 senators said, no, I'm not going to do this. But our 2 senators both supported it. There are people that are frustrated. We don't understand why. So I can just kind of lay out both sides and let you decide. That's what... I'm not saying the whole day is going to be, I'm going to lay out a case and let both sides tell you what both sides think. But there will be things that we will talk about this morning. Is that fair, Jake? A fair Friday? A fair Jake Friday? Would you say that's fair? That a lot of the things we'll talk about this morning, I will lay out both sides, and I will allow you that are watching and you that are listening and you in this room to decide for yourself whether or not you agree or disagree. Is that fair?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, so it is, we'll call it a Fair Jake Friday. Maybe you want to call right now, 239-479-5592, or text in. So we'll get that to that in a couple of minutes. Speaking of laying out a couple of things that have been happening locally and for you to decide whether you agree or disagree, there's a lot of local news out there. Naples closer to passing an ordinance requiring 60-day notice of a rental price increase if you live in Collier County. The government has decided to get involved with this. That's one side. Why do we have to do this? The rent's too dang high. Wasn't there a party back in 2012? The rent is too dang high party. I think that was in New York. But anyway, we've got the rents that are through the roof. So is everything else. We've got an issue when it comes to the prices of all kinds of things. Well, Drew, you don't understand. We don't have prices. People are getting priced out of rents. Well, they're getting priced out of mortgages too. Well, why are we getting priced out of all of these rents in areas around Southwest Florida, including Collier County? Well, we don't have enough inventory. We have a ton of people that want to move to the area, and the cost of everything is going up. So you have to decide whether you think it's landlords that are gouging, whether or not they're going after the little guy, and or whether or not this is just the course of doing business in an inflationary, unfortunately, recession, possibly depression coming up situation where, unfortunately, the recession comes along and possibly the depression comes along and starts to filter all of this out. When you have mortgage rates at some of the highest levels in like a decade. I forget how long. Is it a decade? Mortgage rates right now are just they're near 13-year highs. There you go. The mortgage demands are plummeting. So if you're sitting on the sidelines, and I know there's probably some real estate people that are listening to me now saying, "Don't say it, don't say it, don't say it." There might be some suggestion that, hey, if you sit around for a little while and stay on the sideline and see how some of this plays out, our inventory is going to change. Look, we are, and there are smarter real estate people than I am. A lot of them. Most of them. But suffice to say that common sense would dictate that if you look at the state of Florida, and especially Lee and Collier counties, in the surrounding counties as well, that we are a very desirable place to live, thanks to the free state of Florida governor, Ron DeSantis, thanks to the sales tax that we have here in the state, which is zero, and the other things, quality of life. You know all the reasons why people come here. And we've got an influx. We don't have a lot of places to put all of these individuals. And so there are some that look at Naples and say, do you really need to get involved with this? Maybe it would be better to take out some of the restrictions on those that want to build in certain places and maybe even bigger homes, whatever the case may be. Now, there's another side that looks at it and says, well, hold on. I think that we have to do something, because if you are a person who has rented recently, if you're a person who is renting right now, to be notified 60 days in advance of an increase in your rent of more than 5% is life-saving in a lot of ways, because you have now an opportunity, more time to figure out if you can come up with the money. If you can't come up with the money, where am I going to go? If I can't afford to do this, I've got to find some place to end up and to make arrangements. And so the more time you have to figure it out, the better it is for you. And many, many, many people who are listening to the sound of my voice know exactly what I'm talking about. And there's no doubt that that is true. But, again, you have to make the decision. And I'm just putting it out there. You got to make the decision whether or not you want the government, whether local, state, or national, if you want the government that involved in the business of your personal life and personal decisions and rents and mortgages and everything else. Do you want the government closer to you? Do you want them being part of this equation or not? And those are the two sides. See what we did there, Jake? No? What do you mean no? You don't see what I did? I gave you both sides. I gave you two.
Yeah, you're right.
I keep my promises. I gave you two sides, and it's up for you to decide. And maybe you debate the issue, and you can call or text or whatever you want to do, right? That's what we're going to do this morning. How about that? So we start with that. Not what I planned on talking about. I'll bring it up later on, and maybe some folks will want to comment on that. So we'll have it. 239-479-5592. By the way, I think we're doing okay with this. Coming up at 6:35, in case you missed it, our Thursday conversation with Congressman Byron Donalds, who joins us each and every Thursday. And so I will replay the interview from yesterday coming up in about 15 more minutes. So you most certainly are looking forward to that. Many people, they look forward to the 6:35 on Friday replay. So that's coming up. Here's another two sides of every coin. You have the Biden administration putting out there that we've got to spend another $40 billion. That's like $53 billion, baby. We got to keep that money going because we've got it. We've got all the cash. We're just flooded with money. We have so much extra cash in this country. We have so much surplus that we don't know what to do with it. So we've got a country that's fighting a war. And at the beginning, we told that same country that the leadership should get the heck out of there because it's not going to be pretty for you. And then now we're like, hey, you're still there? Okay, you guys are putting up a fight? All right, so maybe we'll send you some weapons. Anybody? Who's with us? And so that's where we are now. And so, of course, we have the country du jour when it comes to weaponry and getting it to other places around the globe. And whether or not it's your choice as to whether or not you feel comfortable with that $40 billion on top of the, 13 billion or 14 billion that we had there before, plus the 100 million more in military assistance. Wait, what? Yeah. Oh, so check this out. So here's before I get to the two sides, let's talk about what happened yesterday. The $40 billion. The Senate signed off on it. 11 Republicans said, no, I'm not in for this. And we'll tell you those names coming up in just a second. Who were they? And why did they say no? And why were there senators like here in the state of Florida that said yes? So $40 billion, the Senate signs it. Now it'll head to the president's desk, which will certainly be signed. Many people have sat back and said, hey, I've been following the Hunter Biden story. Hunter Biden never did anything wrong. My son has been as clean as the wind-driven snow story, that whole thing. And so as I've been following the clean as the wind-driven snow Hunter Biden story, I've come to the realization that because not only did he not do anything wrong, and he's never done anything wrong, and has been really good in the ways that he is, that I also come to discover that, man, every time I start hearing about Hunter Biden and Joe Biden and 10% and kickbacks and different things, I start to hear about certain areas of the globe that seem to, pop up a lot. China's one of them, that whole thing with Hunter Biden and China and the connections there, and the Biden crime I didn't say crime family, don't say that. And then you have places like Russia and the mayor of Moscow and money going in, and you have countries like Ukraine. I didn't say Ukraine. I didn't say that. No, that's not what I said. I did not say Ukraine ever has come up in the conversation of Hunter Biden and Joe Biden in the past. I did not say. Well, it does. But anyway, so $40 billion that goes there to help out. Forgive me that I have questions. When we're tossing cash around, hey, can we see exactly where all the money's going? Or are we not allowed to have an accounting of that? I brought it up last week. I brought it up the week before. And I'll always bring it up because I care about that kind of thing. Debts and deficits and where we're getting the money from. And I'm kind of tired of printing money. And then when you print money and you start spending money you don't have, like trillions of dollars, you have inflation. Oh, weird how that happens. And so I don't like that. I like spending maybe $2 for a pack of bacon as opposed to trying to figure out whether or not I can have bacon this week or not. That kind of thing. Jake can relate. Right? You can.
The bacon. $8 a pound.
So, not only the $40 billion signed off by the Senate approved for Ukraine, that wasn't enough because the Biden administration now in the White House added $100 million more to it. No, I'm not kidding. Oh, you better believe it. We got another $100 million. But true, it's like $100 million. What's the big deal? Does it really matter? It's just $100 million. No, you don't understand. The Hill talked about this. Now, The Hill, of course, the left-leaning website, not exactly fond of conservatives. Okay. So The Hill emphasized that it came literally moments after the Senate sent the $40 billion supplemental aid package to the president's desk. Are you following this? So they sign it, they send it to the president's desk, and the president's like, yeah, guess what? We got $100 million more going on. Why? What? What's that going to? It's going for military assistance. Well, what's the $40 billion going for? Isn't that going for assistance or something? No, you don't understand, Drew. No, you got to stop. Don't ask those questions because we're in Washington, D.C., and we know exactly what we need to do with your money. Got it. $100 million came as part of the same statement where the president hailed the congressional passage of the $40 billion. That we've already provided a historic amount of security assistance to Ukraine. Hey, how's the security assistance going on our southern border? Can we talk about that? Because kind of a fraction of that could have been used to kind of do. No, I'm sorry. We don't worry about that kind of stuff. We'll be concerned about other people's borders. Now, let me just say this. I don't like what's happening in Ukraine. I don't like that there's a war going on right now. I don't like that there's loss of life and some of the things that Vladimir Putin is doing. But because I have questions about what's going on with monies to Ukraine doesn't mean I'm some Putinite. I'm allowed to ask these questions. It doesn't mean I want Vladimir Putin to do whatever the heck he wants and roll through. Calm down. You got to stop. You got to really, really stop. That's not happening, okay? But I do have questions. announcing another package of security assistance that will provide additional artillery, radars, and other equipment to Ukraine, which they already are using so effectively on the battlefield. How in the world do you do that? How do you say after $40 billion with a B dollars has been signed off on, you're like, yeah, we need an extra $100 million? No. Anthony Blinken in a statement says the weapons will be coming from the Pentagon's existing inventories. Now, here's where it gets interesting, and Zero Hedge, good for them on the website for pointing this out. Last month, congressional leaders and defense officials had concerns, not joyous jumps, not stomping of feet happily, concerns. Do you see the difference between a happily stomped foot and a concern over depleted U.S. defense supplies, like anti-tank missiles, the kind that we're sending off? We've got a Javelin shortage. A Senate Foreign Relations Committee hearing says the U.S. military probably sent about a third of its Javelin anti-tank missiles to Ukraine, a third of our supply. Senator Jack Reed of Rhode Island warned weeks ago that we have a significant usage rate for the Stingers that we're moving over there, Javelins, and we have to not only be able to help Ukrainians, but we got to maintain our stocks, and we haven't. So we're depleting our stocks, which might lead some to believe that, wow, there are going to be some companies that make military equipment that are really going to be doing pretty well coming up. If you're thinking about where to invest, that might be the place. The second thing is, you even have Bernie Sanders who voted yes on this. So, like, is everybody on the left now on board with escalating wars overseas? Because it wasn't too long ago that we were told that that's not what you do, everybody.
This is what you do.
Yeah, no, that's not what you do. You don't escalate wars. As a matter of fact, we got to get out of these wars overseas. We got to stop doing this. I mean, everybody used to say that all the time on the left, and now all of a sudden it's like, yeah, go ahead. So look, I just have questions. So on the one side, you have senators. You have senators like Rubio and Rick Scott here in the state. You have Senator John Kennedy of Louisiana. Why he's supporting more aid to Ukraine. Many have. Ted Cruz supported sending the money to Ukraine. There were some that haven't. Senator Mike Lee, Rand Paul, a couple of the senators that said, no, we're not doing this. So you have two sides. You've got one side that's saying, listen, there are places like Louisiana and other states that are going to benefit from some of the monies to start to build weaponry, and maybe they have those corporations, those facilities there in their states. So it's something that's important to the state and to build the economy and to help the people of the state of Louisiana or whatever state and that whole kind of thing. And you can debate whether or not you like that, but they've got to be built someplace. And if there's lots of money flowing and there's lots of building happening, so there are people that will like that idea. And then those that want to support Ukraine and they understand that the fight has to continue. We can't allow this to happen. Innocent lives being lost. Vladimir Putin is evil and he's a killer, and we've got to stop him at all costs, and we can't allow him to do this, and anything that we can do to help a country that's going against them to stop this aggression is a good thing, and they need our help. That's one side. The other side is like, hey, I got some questions. Why do we need $40 billion more? It seems like $13 billion is enough. I would really like to hear more about the accounting on this before we rush all of this through and send it off. And beside the fact that I'm really concerned about the connections with the Biden family and Ukraine in the past. And I'm not saying that there's any kind of funneling of money or anything like that or laundering going on. I wouldn't say that at all. But, if the Biden fits. I'm just saying that in the past there may have been some questions about that. We're allowed to ask these things, right? And then those kind of things. And certainly, do we have the money here at home? Don't make the comparison to baby formula. Don't do it. We should stop that. Let's not make the baby formulas not available and we can't spend. But you could make the comparison to our southern border. I like that one. So you got two sides. You got to decide which one you're on. And it's okay to question everybody. It's okay. It's even okay to question people with an R after their name. I know. You're not allowed to do that. Here's a Biden. Here's Biden. You're not allowed to do that. Here's me. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Okay. All right, coming up maybe later on this morning, we'll talk more about this and take your calls and texts, 239-479-5592. If you missed it from yesterday, Congressman Byron Donalds, who joined us, a lot to talk about this and other things as well. That conversation next on Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
92.5 Fox News. Right.
It's that time of the year, Southwest Florida, and you know how important election season is. Hey, it's Drew Steele, and it's time for the 92.5 Fox News Meet the Candidates event. We'll have 2 events, one in Lee County and one in Collier County. It's a chance for you to stop by, meet those candidates in person, and learn more about their stance on the issues. The Collier County event is Wednesday, June 1st at Seed to Table in Naples from 5 to 7 p.m. And the Lee County event is Thursday, June 2nd at the Bell Tower from 5 to 7 p.m. with 92.5 Fox News.
Looking for a reputable HVAC service provider? 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating of Naples provides a high level of service and value to our clients. To learn more, visit onehourairnaples.com or call 855-1-HOUR.
When it comes to cybersecurity, the biggest threats don't always strike the biggest targets. Almost half of all cyber attacks target small businesses, so help protect yours with Comcast Business Security Edge. It's advanced security that continuously scans for threats and helps protect every connected device. The choice is clear. Get unbeatable business solutions from the most innovative company, so you can be ready for what's next. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with internet for $30 a month for 12 months with no annual contract required. Plus, ask how to get a $500 prepaid card with a qualifying gig bundle. Call or go online today to learn more. Offer ends 6/22/22. Enrollment in EcoBill and autopay required. Restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 50 megabits per second internet customers only. Equipment installation, taxes, and other fees extra and subject to change. Security Edge available for additional charge. Most innovative based on American Business 2021 Gold Stevie Award.
People often ask me, how much money do I have to pay you up front to be my personal lawyer? The answer is nothing. It's free unless we win. What about a slip and fall or car crash case? Free unless we win.
Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
This spring on a new Train heating and cooling system. Train systems are engineered to keep up with you. Visit traininfo.com to find your local independent Train dealer. It's hard to stop a train. Brought to you by traininfo.com.
We believe in better. A better way to invest, a better way to serve you, and a better result. We can help you determine how much risk you're taking, red flags that could be potential problems for you, how much you're paying in fees or commissions, potential tax liability, or even how to address Social Security.
Tune in to WealthWorks Radio with Eric Carney every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. on 92.5 Fox News Radio.
This Fox Business Report is presented by the Darda Real Estate Group at dardagroup.com.
I'm Elizabeth McDonald, and this is a Fox Business Report.
Retail sales numbers for April are in, how much Americans were shopping and spending, and they are roughly in line with expectations. Overall sales increased 0.9% last month. Excluding auto sales, retail sales were better than forecast, up 0.6%. Though retail sales are not adjusted for inflation, which means shoppers may have spent more but didn't receive as much. Walmart sales rose in the recent quarter, though the company was dealing with higher costs for its products, supply chain, and employees. The number of transactions stayed flat in the quarter, but the amount spent rose 3%. Walmart's raising its profit forecast, but it's lowering its prediction for sales for the period. Home Depot is reporting record sales. It is raising its forecast for the year. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Ginny Cosolda, invested in you.
When listening to the radio in your car, remember to always drive on the right side of the road. Keep it here on 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
All right, happy Friday, happy Friday, everybody. Let's see who's watching this morning on this Friday. If you're watching, I don't know where you're watching, so I'm trying to find out. All right, so I figure this Friday, let's do this. Let me pull up my Rumble account, and let's go to you and see what's happening here, so I can do kind of a shout out, a Friday morning shout out to everybody who is watching today. Let's see who's, let's see. All right. So I see Bronco B, good morning. Good to see you. All right, so Bronco B is on Rumble, and the Rumble rants. All you have to do is say hi so I know that you're watching. Just say in your comments wherever you are, whether on YouTube, Facebook, Rumble, wherever you are, just let me know you're out there. Addie, good morning from Ohio. All right, what's got nothing on the sides and high in the middle? That's a joke that the kids used to. Okay, Gary, happy Friday. Gary's on YouTube for the time being. Who knows I don't know how long these people are going to keep us up, but who cares? All right, Matty C is here on Rumble. Matty C, good to see you. All right, Steven America. Do you have Steven, do you have a cape with that name? All right, let's see. What else do we have? Jim just popped up. Jim's on YouBoob. YouBoob? Oh, the boob is YouBoob boob tube. I forget why they call it the boob tube. I think, didn't they call it the boob tube because it rots your brain or something like that? I don't know. Anyway. All right, Florentina. Good morning. I know Florentina wanted to know if Dr. Oz won. No, we still don't have the results. From what I heard last night, it was like a 1,200 vote difference, and they don't know what to do because they don't have any precedent about recounts. So they're just... The funny part is they're checking in the mail-in ballots. They're double-checking all of those, and the majority of people that voted Republican voted in person. So there's only a small number of votes to go to check out for a recount. So, all right, let's see who else is here. Laura, good morning. Laura Savage, good morning. Good to see you. All right, that's it. That's all. I see a whole lot more people watching, but I don't have a whole lot more commenting. Okay, no worries. It's good to see you all helping and commenting and saying that you're watching. Oh, somebody else has popped up on Rumble. Weishay. So Weishay's there. All right, good morning to all. I appreciate you all watching. Thank you so much. Annie, good morning, Annie M. Annie M. Is that a Wizard of Oz thing, Annie M? All right. Okay, it's Annie M, not Auntie M. Thank you, Jake. All right. Appreciate you all being here, and we'll be back in just a couple of minutes. Thanks.
Call us at 945-2700. That's 945-2700. Area code 239-945-2700. We're open 24/7, and you can call us right now for a free tile roof inspection.
License number CCC 1326213.
Headlines, texts, emails, the TV, the computer, the phone, even your smartwatch. Seems like it never ends. Market volatility can lead to anxiety and planning paralysis. No surprise Americans report being stressed about their investment and retirement plans. Turn down the media roar. Dial up the planning. Put Annex Wealth Management on your side for investment and retirement guidance that includes tax and estate planning. Head to annexwealth.com. Click the Get Started button. Know the difference with a fee-only fiduciary. That's Annex Wealth Management.
Being involved in a legal dispute can leave you feeling like you've lost control. I'm Eli Anajar from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. Understanding the law and the rules of evidence can mean the difference between winning or losing your case. If you are involved in a legal dispute and are not sure of your options, call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation. And take back control of your life.
Offices Fort Myers and Naples.
Searching everywhere for great prices on appliances? No, you're not, because you have better things to do. Besides, Good Deals has it for less, and they have plenty of items in stock despite shortages everywhere else. Remember, Good Deals guarantees the lowest price on everything they sell. Find a lower price anywhere, and Jay will beat it, guaranteed. Visit one of the showrooms in Fort Myers, Naples, and Cape Coral, or shop online at GoodDealsAppliances.com.
Good Deals Appliances. Have we got a deal for you?
Have lunch with Clay and Buck at noon, right after Glenn Beck at 9. 92.5 Fox News. Right, all along.
All right, reminder coming up at 7:50, Druce College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. Another reminder, this is an important reminder that coming up on June 1st and June 2nd, that's Wednesday and Thursday, June 1st at Seed to Table in Naples, June 2nd at the Bell Tower from 5 to 7 p.m. We promised we would do this. It's a Meet the Candidates event. We do it each and every year, but obviously because of COVID, it got a little weird. So we're bringing it back, everybody. It's a Meet the Candidates event. a chance for you to meet and vet and talk to and seriously find out about the candidates that are looking for your vote. Ask the tough questions. Don't be afraid to do it. I can't always do it. You've got to do it as well. So show up, be there 5 to 7 p.m. You got school board, you got county commission races, you got city races, you got all kinds of races, every race that's out there. So we're inviting them, and hopefully they will show up and respond. Of course, most of them will, so that's good. An opportunity to see the candidates in Lee and Collier County in person. So make a date, make a point, put it on a calendar, stick it on your fridge, or stick it wherever you got to stick it. That is the Meet the Candidates event happening. What? Okay, Meet the Candidates event. We've got 2 of them. June 1st is at Oaks Farm Seed to Table at the corner of Livingston and Immokalee Road in Naples from 5 to 7 p.m. June 2nd is Thursday, and that's the Lee County event that's happening at the Bell Tower Shops. That's at the corner of 41 and Daniels in Fort Myers. It's right in the middle of the Bell Tower. You won't be able to miss it. You'll see us. And that is happening from 5 to 7 as well. So I hope to see you there. All right, yesterday, an opportunity to speak with our Congressman Byron Donalds. A couple of questions that we had about Joe Biden and baby formulas and billions of dollars for Ukraine. But if we started with the fact that we won't hear the beautiful sounds, the singing sounds of Nina Jankowicz anymore from the Ministry of Truth because they're putting a pause on it. So I just wanted to see what he thought about that. That's what he thought about
Only in Biden's America was something even possible like this.
Yeah.
You know, that a terrible version of Mary Poppins was telling all of America what the truth was.
Yeah.
Like, it's weird.
Yeah.
But it's Joe Biden.
And it is funny how, as some people have said, that the reason why this thing kind of imploded was people going, this is a ministry of truth. Look at this. All you had to do is call attention to it, and it imploded. It's not like anybody did anything specific. It was just looking into it. People started to realize how Orwellian it is. But are you convinced that this is going away? Because when the government tells me there's going to be a pause on something, a pause means you can take the pause button off.
So, you know what? It's funny you said that, because when I heard the announcement, that's the same thing I thought. Listen, we know the left. We know how the left thinks. If they're embarrassed by something, if there's too much public attention on the thing they want to accomplish, they will sacrifice the person. That's what's going to happen to Nina, whatever her name is, Nina J. That's it.
Yeah.
So she's going to get sacrificed. But they're going to keep the idea alive.
Right.
They're just going to put it in mothballs. And when the public isn't paying attention, they'll bring it back. Only this time when they bring it back, you won't have a cabinet secretary blurt it out in a congressional hearing. It'll just start. You won't even know it's happening until something breaks. And the thing is already in operation, already moving. There's a leak. There's a whistleblower. That's when you'll know. But they're going to just put it away for now.
Yeah.
Wait till everybody dies down. Then they're going to try to bring it out later.
Yeah.
That's why members of Congress have to stay vigilant on this kind of stuff.
Right. And for those that are listening that think that, the congressman, this is, he doesn't know what he's talking about. He shouldn't be saying things like that. Well, here's Karine Jean-Pierre yesterday when Peter Doocy asked the same question about this pause. And listen to what she says here, the end of a response. She says,
and we're going to do an assessment. But the work doesn't stop. We're still going to continue the work.
The work doesn't stop. We're still going to continue to do the work. She's saying it right there. So as much as we want to believe it's going to go away, it seems to be the MO of Democrats across the board, and you could speak to this on a lot of issues, where you may think you won the battle, but they're going to win the war. They're going to keep going until they get what they want. And in some cases, they'll even do it behind the scenes, making you think you won something, where in all reality, they're still doing it.
Yeah, no, that's 100% correct. You know, look, I got to tell people, man, you see this happen all the time. I didn't hear that audio from her, but it doesn't shock me at all that that's something that she would say. That's what they believe. If you catch them in the cookie jar, all they're going to do is try to blame somebody else, distract, dissemble, create some other, devil or villain, and then they'll just come back later and do it quietly.
Yeah.
Like people think about the economy. Do you think they're really embarrassed about the fact that they created inflation, that they've raised gas prices? They've been celebrating and cheering higher gas prices for years. They're getting what they want, people.
Yeah.
They're just mad that the American people have seen it and they're blaming them for it. But they haven't changed their agenda.
No.
They're just like, oh, dang, we got caught. We might actually lose seats over this. But they're not going to give it up. They're just going to keep going.
Yeah, and to your point, they campaigned on it. Obama campaigned on it about doing all of this, about shutting energy down the way that we're seeing now. And this is kind of like a 2.0. You kind of knew all of this was coming, and how they can make the excuse and trying to spin what we're seeing with gas prices. There's word that there are stations on the West Coast that are already getting ready for $10 gallon gasoline, and they're already changing the pumps around because they're prepared for what's coming. An energy czar that's talking about all electric vehicles by 2035, and we've got to ramp things up 5 times faster with the grid, which is amazing to me. So how do we do that? Ramping the grid based on what? What are you gridding? It's crazy. And then on top of that, I want you to speak to this as well. Elon Musk had an interesting tweet the other day when he was talking about Exxon being rated in the top 10 best in the world for ESG scores by the S&P, which is hysterical considering that Tesla isn't even in the 10, not only the 10, but didn't make the list. Tesla, electric vehicles. But Exxon somehow was like number 3, showing you the scary part of not only how ESG is a scam, but how these environment, social, and government scores are going to really affect a lot of things that we're going to see each and every day, and then individuals and how they're going to be affected by ESG. You must be concerned about this as I am.
No, we're very concerned. I was actually in a dinner, I think maybe 2 nights ago, and we talked specifically about ESG. What are the actual policy moves that we could take to tamp this down, replace it, or completely get rid of it?
Yeah.
But folks, the reality is ESG is liberal fascism. That's exactly what this is. This is fascism in our capital markets. And what's going to happen is you're going to have large companies like Exxon. They're going to just find ways to be in the quote unquote good graces of whatever their power structure is, and they're just going to go make money. Like the large corporations are not concerned about crazy regulations. They're not concerned about crazy ESG scoring because they're so big and they know that an economy can't work without them. They're just going to do the compliance and move on and make billions and billions of dollars in the process. Meanwhile, it's the small companies that aren't going to be able to keep up with this stuff. This is going to tamp down. What's the crazy thing about ESG? For a political party that says that they are the champions of the downtrodden and they want to make sure that they have income equality and they want disaffected communities to have ownership and generational wealth, every one of their policies actually stops that from happening. That's how Orwellian and crazy they are.
Yeah.
So I just want people to understand, all ESG is pure fascism in capital markets, being done by liberals, being done by progressives, being done by Marxists. They want their worldview accomplished. They will use any means to get it. And this goes back to the original thing about this disinformation board. If you catch them in the act, they're just going to be quiet and do it a different way.
Right.
That's what ESG is.
Yeah.
They just were like, oh, I guess we can't do the Green New Deal this way. How about we do it through capital markets? We'll do it that way.
Right.
And that's what ESG is.
Yeah, and the idea that that is still that's happening, and there are companies that are going along. That there will be options out there that some will put out in capital markets where they will have ways that companies or places where companies can go that are not involved with ESG. That there will be alternatives. That alternative marketplace is something that's so critical to the way that we can get out of this. When people ask, well, what do we do? How do we do this? People stepping into those spaces to create that alternative marketplace and other areas that we can go into to get out of this, which is happening. But then you did something, there's something. Do you want to comment on that? I'm sorry, before we move on.
No, I mean, the only thing I would say is that I think what's happening now is you're having states who are stepping up to the plate. And they're telling their investment managers, if you do this ESG stuff, we will not invest with you.
Yeah.
Like a state pension plan is big. Any state's pension plan is big. So when states start doing that, that starts to bring some sanity back to the market. But you have to have states who understand that this is bad for capital markets, it's bad for our economy, it's bad for investment capital. And then you have to have people, individual investors, who realize the same and say, no, investment manager, if you're going to play in that game, I'm leaving. I'm going to find me a manager that doesn't do that.
Right, but
you're going to get lower returns.
But you also have to have a place to go, like Vivek Ramaswamy, who is putting together funds that are going to be non-ESG funds. It's good that the state could look and say, hey, listen, there is a place that we can go. We can get away from BlackRock. We can get away from a lot of these companies, a lot of these groups, because there's an alternative and a place to go where we can continue to invest. And you've got to create that place. And that's what's so, I guess, I don't want to say exciting about the future, but I guess it is the fact that there are people who will step into the space, who are willing to do it, like Vivek and others, who have to, because that has to be created. Because it's easy to say we'll get away from it, but if there's no place to go, the states aren't going to do it necessarily. They've got an interest in this, so it's hard to pull them away from it if there's no other alternative.
Yes, that is correct.
Congressman Byron Donalds joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. One other thing I wanted to mention, because I listened to it and I thought that this is important for people to understand. The implications of inflation are not just in places that we all see and are tangible, certainly like fuel prices, like prices that we see on grocery shelves and the like, but even when we talk about businesses, small businesses. You had an opportunity to talk the other day about, who was it, with Patrick Kelly from SBA, and the concerns that you have in that on that side of the ledger, which is, listen, small businesses are going to get hurt. Direct lending, right? The ability to do this and how inflation is making it tougher, and maybe talk a little bit about that, because that's another aspect of this that people don't see.
Well, I mean, look, Patrick Kelly's another bureaucrat out of the Biden administration. And so we were talking about the real impact of inflation and on interest rates and on small businesses being able to borrow money to grow their enterprise. And he was just kind of like, well, SBA has some fixed rate product. I'm like, but you're going to have to raise your rates too as interest rates rise. So this is going to have an impact. What's your overall view of the economy and what, the administration's done? His attitude is, oh, well, we're going to be able to help businesses. I said, okay, well, SBA has been saying they want to do direct lending and just go around banks. So I asked them, I said, there's 30 million small businesses in the United States. What percentage of the small businesses do you think SBA can actually, manage directly in a lending capacity?
Right.
He goes, oh, well, we have women in business. And I'm listening to this answer, and I'm like, wait, stop. Women in business is not an answer for what percentage of businesses do you think SBA can actually manage, actually have the capacity to do direct lending? He didn't have an answer.
Yeah.
So this is the point I try to make to people. These Democrats, these leftists, when you actually start pushing them for hard answers, they do the word salad where they bring out multi-syllable words and throw them all together in a sentence to make you think like you're a dummy. The truth of the matter is they have no idea what they're doing. There is no plan. There is no real strategy. It's just the agenda, and they'll figure it out on the other side.
Right.
Maybe.
Yeah. It's like when you put up a wall to stop water from getting into your home, and that wall, when that water comes up to that wall, there's going to be leaks, and there's going to be this spread of water that goes across where you think you've got something contained. But the fact of the matter is that it's always going to get through in other areas. And in this case, it's other areas like small businesses that are affected in lending, and how inflation is just like obviously the tax that it is, but certainly trying to keep it in check is hard enough, let alone when it's rampant, when it's running and you don't know where it's going to stop and how it's going to stop, and how late the feds are, and the things that they should have done with interest rates, and I'm sorry to say, but that short-term pain that was going to have to happen. And now, look, we're in a recession. I don't care what anybody says. We're in a recession. It's happening right now as we speak. It's hard to believe that we're not. But before I go, I just got to ask you this question, and if you have a second.
Sure.
Are you worried, like I'm worried, about the president invoking the Defense Production Act to give HHS the authority to control the supplies of baby formula? Like this was the answer? Because to me,
Yeah, I'm actually concerned about that.
Because to me, to give them that kind of control, because it's done. Like now we're talking about the ingredients to manufacture and the distribution and other things, including how they're determining distribution equity, like who's going to get it. I mean, we're going into some slippery slope territory here with this.
I mean, I got to tell you, Drew, I'm very concerned because the easiest path forward for them, which, at this point, there's not many options they have, but the easiest path forward was just to give Abbott emergency authority to restart production.
Right.
And then they could have actually loosened the rules at FDA and gone and sourced a formula from around the world. They could have done that. They could have done that with the stroke of a pen. They didn't even, Biden could have done that with a pen and a phone, frankly. But he didn't do that. What he's done is he's done the typical liberal way of they wanted more money to do something they should have already done. And then they wanted to exert universal control. I'm a little concerned about this one. I know they're just trying to get formula on the shelves, but this administration could have fixed this problem if they actually had a plan and a strategy for what they're doing over there. But I got to tell you, Drew, there's no plan.
Yeah.
For all the people who listen to Joe Biden bash Donald Trump about how he didn't have a plan on COVID, folks, Joe Biden doesn't have a plan on anything. He's just moving from crisis to crisis. He throws out some words. He yells into the microphone once or twice to probably show you that he cares or something, or that he's serious. And then he leaves, and there's still no plan.
Yeah.
I'm very skeptical of this. I'm very concerned about this. Unfortunately, we're all going to see how this one unfolds.
Yeah. Yeah, no doubt. All right, Congressman Byron Donalds joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. I appreciate you. We'll see you soon, okay? All the best.
All right. See you, Drew.
Thanks.
Joe Biden's plan for America? Recycled leftovers. Time for some right thinking. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
You know what you want to do in retirement, but do you know how to get there? Tune in to Retire with Grace with Bob Grace, Saturday mornings at 8 to get the answers to your retirement planning questions. Plan today so you can do the things you've always dreamt about doing in retirement. Don't miss Retire with Grace, a Tri-Found company, Saturday mornings at 8. Firm offers insurance services. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC.
Do you have an old sedan? Sutherland buys it. How about a minivan? Sutherland buys it. A souped-up truck? Sutherland buys it. No matter what, Sutherland buys it. Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral will buy your car right now. Click SutherlandBuysIt.com and get $8,000 more than your trade is worth. $8,000 more. Then come shop the #1 certified dealer. Get certified Ultimas, certified Rogues, certified Titans. Pay thousands less than new. Get a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty, plus free gas for the rest of the summer. And remember, click SutherlandBuysIt.com for $8,000 more than book value for your trade, no matter what it is or where you bought it, through Monday only. Hurry to Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral, your used car megastore, online at flnissan.com. If you don't shop Sutherland, you'll pay too much.
See dealer for details.
Let's hear from Dr. Johnston at 596-BACK.
Low back and neck pain have become two of the most significant medical problems in the United States today. In fact, they are the most common complaints presented to physicians. Unfortunately, the knee-jerk reaction to back pain has been anti-inflammatories, muscle relaxants, injections, and then surgery. Fortunately, this is changing and changing fast. Many doctors now recommend non-surgical treatments, and the most successful has been spinal decompression therapy. At Johnston Spinal Care 596-BACK, I've made it my mission to get the word out about spinal decompression. Safer than medications, and it actually addresses the root of the problem. Sciatica, stenosis, neuropathy, herniated discs, arthritis are all conditions that respond very well to spinal decompression, with long-term results. Even failed back surgery patients can find relief from spinal decompression. Isn't it time to get active again? Call our Medicare-friendly office, Johnston Spinal Care, at 596-BACK for a free telephone consultation. 596-BACK. 596-2225.
Great news, Southwest Florida. The best trade-in deal ever is back at Naples Nissan. If your trade-in is a 2013 or newer with less than 120,000 miles on it, regardless of what brand it is, or where you bought it from, Naples Nissan will give you the full original base MSRP for it so you can drive home in a brand new Nissan. That's right, folks. Aaron Walker here. Hey, whatever the car you're driving now was worth when it was brand new, even if you didn't buy it new, that's exactly what it will be worth right now. But only at Naples Nissan. Oh, and by the way, while inventory may seem short elsewhere, that's definitely not the case for us over here on Pine Ridge Road. We've got over 300 new Nissan models to choose from, including over 100 all-new, completely redesigned Rogue models. Get full offer details and pick out the new Nissan you want to drive home today at naplesnissan.com. Offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined.
When searching for a frameless shower door, what's important to you? Trust, convenience, reliability, meticulous installation with a great product and warranty? At My Shower Door, check all those boxes. Over 2,500 Google reviews, 100,000 installations, 9 convenient Florida locations, and the highest quality product made right here in Southwest Florida. My Shower Door has a newly updated website to view the product, see what customers say, and arrange a free estimate. Want to see more? Go to myshowerdoor.com.
Hi, I'm Ty Laster, Managing Partner and CEO of Key City Capital. So why are we here in Southwest Florida? Well, at KCAP, our mission is to connect capital to wealth for all of our partners through passive real estate investments. And very simply, we generate and distribute double-digit returns for our investors by investing in single-family homes and apartments and unique alternative cash-flowing asset-backed investments.
Call us today at 239-330-2080 or check us out online today at kcap925.com.
Tee up and swing into summer at Coral Oaks Golf Course in Cape Coral. Experience excellent playing conditions, GPS golf carts, and low summer rates. Play 18 holes with a cart for just $38 before noon, $33 after noon, or play any day after 2 p.m. for only $28 all summer long. Book tee times up to 7 days in advance at coraloaksgolf.com. We'll see you at Coral Oaks, where every day is a great day.
92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
President Biden is in South Korea. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
I'm honored by the welcome you've given me to your beautiful country.
Starting a 6-day trip that will take him to Japan next. His first stop in Seoul, where it's already nighttime, a Samsung computer chip-making facility similar to the one the company will build in Texas.
This is an auspicious start to my visit because it's emblematic of the future cooperation and innovation that our nations can and must build together.
While he's in South Korea, the U.S. is worried North Korea might do something.
That could take the form of a nuclear test, the 7th nuclear test that North Korea has conducted. It could take the form of a missile test.
National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan says they want to reopen talks with North Korea, which is angry over U.S. sanctions. Leader Kim Jong-un threatening to speed up nuclear weapons development. On the trip, the president will sign the bill the Senate joined the House, passing, approving $40 billion in more aid to Ukraine.
The future of American security and core strategic interests will be shaped by the outcome of this fight.
Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell. Another shooting in Chicago, where crimes rising again this year. 2 people were killed, 8 wounded on the city's near north side last night. A person's in custody, a gun recovered. An update on Michael Sussman's trial, a lawyer with ties to Hillary Clinton's campaign, stemming from the investigation into the origins of the 2016 Trump-Russia investigation. Fox's Brooke Singman has it.
There was nothing there. Those are the exact words of former FBI General Counsel James Baker. He testified that the FBI investigated the data Michael Sussman brought to him, alleging a link between the Trump organization and Russia's Alpha Bank, and concluded there was, quote, no substance. Baker also testifying he was, quote, 100% confident. Sussman said he was not appearing before me on behalf of any particular client.
That's Sussman now charged with lying to the FBI about that, accused of later billing the Clinton campaign for giving that information on Trump to the FBI. America's listening to Fox News.
If you're living with and at night, we're the station that gets it right. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right. All along.
This Fox News update is presented by Freedom Dental of Fort Myers. Online at freedomdentalftmyers.com.
Wink News. Traffic.
A very slick start to our morning on the roads due to all that rain we've been watching mostly throughout the Lee County area. So leave the house a few extra minutes early to avoid any accidents. Also watching a crash still in Lehigh Acres, Lee Boulevard and West Wing Road, causing a lot of backups in the westbound direction of Lee Boulevard as you head towards State Road 82. So avoid that area if you don't want to get caught up in that congestion. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wirtz, Wink News.
Wink Weather Authority.
Make sure you have that umbrella at the ready for today. Rainy season making a comeback after a couple of drier days that we got to enjoy. Periods of on and off rain and thunderstorms return in a big way for today. Look for a mostly cloudy sky with temperatures cooler thanks to the cloud cover and the rain. Highs set to only top off in the mid and upper 80s. We'll keep with some additional rounds of showers and storms as we head into your Friday evening and overnight. Saturday morning featuring a low near 74 degrees with a few passing showers still possible for Saturday morning. More scattered thunderstorms as we head throughout the afternoon on Saturday. Rain chances may be slightly lower for Sunday out of the weekend, though we will still maintain a chance at least for some isolated hit or miss storms with highs back into the 90s. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Got friends and family living far away? Tell them to stream the best station yet at rightallalong.net, the online home of 92.5 Fox News.
You'd think an Army veteran with a military career including multiple combat deployments throughout the Middle East would be a great American. And you'd be right. But Joe Vanderbosch also happens to be a great dentist. An Army veteran of 8 years, Dr. Joe now makes his home in Southwest Florida, where his wife Sarah grew up.
Hi, I'm Dr. Joseph Vanderbosch, Freedom Dental on Metro Parkway in Fort Myers. In the Army, I received extra training in order to provide dental care in virtually any condition. That's why I can manage many dental treatments without the need to refer to a specialist. I served my country proudly for 8 years. Now I want to serve you in your dental needs. Special discounts for former and active military without dental insurance.
Dr. Vanderbosch provides emergency care and is now accepting new patients for cleaning, extractions, crowns, implants, and more. Find them online at freedomdentalfortmyers.com. That's freedomdentalfortmyers.com. Dr. Joseph Vanderbosch. Go to freedomdentalfortmyers.com.
Smart homeowners know that proper maintenance of their home's AC can save a bundle in the long run. Trust our comfort specialists at 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating to keep your AC running strong. A proactive tune-up can actually help your AC run more efficiently and save you money on your electric bill. Call 855-1-HOUR or visit onehourair.com.
Always on time or you don't pay a dime. Always on time or you don't pay a dime.
Independently owned and operated, licensed in their respective state or county.
Tradition, luxury, innovation. Not words we typically use in the same sentence, but with DeVoe Cadillac right in the heart of Naples, you're going to find this and so much more. Hey, take it from me, your friend Sean Hannity. DeVoe Cadillac is the epitome of Cadillac's traditional quality that I have trusted for years. The DeVoe family-owned Cadillac dealership, they strive to provide world-class hospitality to all who enter their doors, just as they've been doing for over 50 years. But don't let tradition fool you. DeVoe Cadillac is keeping up with innovation by growing with today's EV market. And if you're interested in a Cadillac and luxury and style and safety and an electric vehicle, look no further than Cadillac Lyriq. Now, DeVoe Cadillac can answer your EV questions. And by the way, they'll help you be one of the first to cruise the boulevard in the all-new Lyriq. Now, they serve Southwest Florida. DeVoe Cadillac, 4100 Tamiami Trail North, or DeVoeCadillac.com.
Hey guys, it's health and fitness expert Robbie Raw. You've heard how much I love my arch supports from the Good Feet store. Now I want you to hear from someone else who's taken my advice.
Hi, I'm Dr. Julie Caton. I have always enjoyed walking, but have had severe pain in my leg and ankle. I heard about the Good Feet store from Robbie and decided to get my own arch supports. I was pleasantly surprised to discover their 3-step support system, which fits in all of my different shoes. I absolutely love them. And now I'm back to enjoying my nature walks, my dog walks, and any form of exercise. I thank Robbie for her advice and the Good Feet store for giving me my active life back.
Friends, if you have knee, hip, or back pain, don't wait. Visit the Good Feet store and take back your life. You know, what you do today will affect the quality of your life later. And nothing changes if nothing changes. Decide today to live your best life. You are worth it, and that's the raw truth.
Business shapes futures, creates wealth, and strengthens communities. That's why the Lutgert College of Business at Florida Gulf Coast University takes business personally, meaning smaller classes and rigorous programs, credentials and badges valued by employers, world-class faculty leading the next generation of business leaders into prosperous careers in Southwest Florida and beyond. Learn more at fgcu.edu/itspersonal. fgcu.edu/itspersonal.
All my friends are jealous of LEQ. Hi, I'm LEQ. They say it's like you have a sidekick, always checking in, connecting you to family, suggesting activities. Did you sleep better last night? Yeah, that breathing exercise before bed helped. See what I mean? She helps me stay healthy and independent. Plus, she's a hoot. What makes a banana split? I just tell my friends, go order your own.
Call 844-944-ELLI or visit ELLIQ.com to learn more.
Chevy showroom, Marty.
Marty, I want a new Chevy.
Okay.
But I'm leaving my checkbook at home.
Well, how are you going to pay?
I'm not.
Huh?
And I'm not making payments until September.
Look, pal, you got to pay here.
Well, not at Victory Lane Chevrolet because it's no pay May.
No pay?
Uh-huh. You can drive a new Chevy with no money down and no first payment or make no payments until September. It's a no-brainer.
You're crazy.
Crazy about saving people money? It's no pay May at Victory Lane Chevrolet. Keep your money in your pocket and drive a new 2022 Chevy Silverado for just $399 a month, no money down and no first payment. Or finance any new Chevy in stock and make no payments until September 2022. Victory Lane Chevrolet on the corner of Fowler and Winkler. Find new roads. Online, victorylanechevrolet.com.
39-month lease, 0 down, 10K miles per year. Must have current lease and household taxes and fees extra. Rebates to dealer, no payments until September. 72 months with approved credit. Offers do not combine.
Thank you for waking us all up out here, for all you do.
Thank you for giving us the voice.
For being out there helping to keep the constitutional republic. I want to thank you for
your support for veterans in the military.
Educating us.
Standing up for conservatism.
Giving us the truth.
Daybreak with Drew Steele.
So I decided that today, on this Jake Day, on this very Jakey Jake Friday day, that Jake Day, for those that don't know, Jake Day, Jake checks out Monday through Thursday. Friday, he's absolutely checked out to the point where he'll just say anything, and sometimes I have to keep my hand on the dump button. I don't know. It's Jake Day. I decided that today was going to be a tale of two questions, both sides of the coin, if you will. That I thought we would talk about different issues locally, state, nationally, and I might present to you both sides of the argument and let you maybe call or text 239-479-5592 on the Brett AC Talk and Text line, and maybe give your thoughts, your opinions, what you believe about the 2 points and which one you side with more. I'm going to get to those coming up in just a second. Two things I want to say first. Number one, Meet the Candidates event. It's an opportunity for you to meet the candidates that are running for city council, commission, school board. Everybody's going to be invited to the Meet the Candidates event. We've got two of them happening, one on June 1st and June 2nd. June 1st, I believe, is the Wednesday. That's happening at Oaks Farm Seed to Table at the corner of Livingston and Immokalee Road from 5 to 7 p.m. So make sure you show up there so you'll be able to vet all the candidates. And on the 2nd, June 2nd, it'll be at the Bell Tower shops in Fort Myers, right there at the shops. You'll be able to find us. There'll be signs and directions on where exactly we will be. Just off the center square there in the Bell Tower shops, 5 to 7 p.m. as well. Lee County candidates, Collier County candidates, in both places, they'll all be invited. So a chance for you to vet them, ask them tough questions, ask them the questions that you need to know. Listen, I don't mind you asking about party affiliation or how they voted or if they're conservative or not and what they think about the former president of the United States and the current president. You can, because some of those things may matter to you. And because, you know, look, if you're a big leftist, and you live in Southwest Florida, we kind of know where you're leaning when it comes to what you might think about, I don't know, Department of Education comments and maybe teachers' unions and what's being taught in schools. And maybe if you're a commissioner, if you're kind of left-leaning, we kind of see where you're going to go when it comes to regulations and maybe local governments getting in the way of the free market and that kind of thing, and that can be a problem. And so there is nothing wrong with asking those questions. All right, so Meet the Candidates event. We'll talk more about that coming up. And then before I get to some of the other things, I'll even bring Jake into this. What's going on with commencement season? Why is it that everybody that are the people that are doing commencement speeches, like we've kind of gone off the rails? There was a time when people did commencement speeches and you would go and even if it was at a school of arts, you would have an actor. somebody, not an actor, not the guy that acts, not a comedian that acts, but an actor, like somebody, an erudite. I mean, not that we really necessarily care about that, but you would go and you would hear something that would be lofty, and you'd be like, wow, this really I can take home. This is something that I can gravitate towards, and in my future I can kind of take a little bit of that nugget of truth and kind of bury it back and think to myself, wow, that was something that was really enlightening. Instead, you get like Adam Sandler. Like, seriously? Like, what is this hot mess?
Parents, listen to me. You guys really messed up. You might be supporting these kids for a very long time. They are not leaving. They are not leaving the nest anytime soon.
Okay, so there's Adam Sandler. Adam Sandler gave the commencement speech at NYU School of the Arts. And like the whole time it was just cracking jokes and how basically you're wasting your money, and none of the kids, they're going to be at home because none of you are ever going to get out of here because only like a tenth of you are talented, and the rest of you just spent all this money on this degree that ultimately we're all going to have to pay for. That's all. I mean, he didn't say that. I'm saying that. But Adam Sandler, who else? Who did it yesterday? Wasn't there? Who's the one with the long legs? Likes to sing a lot. Been around for a little while. She was country and now she's not. Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift did a commencement speech at NYU as well. It's something like.
Did she mention a failed relationship?
Who knows? Probably. I guess the point is, are we running out of people that we're going to Adam Sandler? And I'm not saying that Adam Sandler and Taylor Swift don't have something to say that is going to be a nugget that you would take with you in your course of your life, and it could change your life forever, and it could cause you to think and be a little more ethereal when it comes to the things. No chance. That's all. But I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I'm being cynical. Forgive me. I don't know. I always pictured it as a commencement speech. It's it's Clarence Thomas of the Supreme Court, or it's I can go down the line. You can have all of Rush Limbaugh at the time, rest his soul, and no. So, all right, a couple of the other things that we're talking about this morning. Hey, so if you're like on the left and you're somebody that believes in big government, you love the fact that we've got these gas prices that are just through the roof right now, and you're trying to figure out how we fix it. You've got a challenging situation, right? What are we going to do to bring gas prices down? Even the top economic advisor to the Biden administration, Brian D., says, yeah, it's challenging. We got these. We're talking about $6 gas by August. We're talking about pumps in Washington, D.C., who, by the way, I mean, not Washington, D.C., but Washington State, who, by the way, don't really have gas right now. They've got some shortages. They're having a problem getting fuel. Now they're talking about $10. They've changed the digits on the gas pumps because they're anticipating $10 gas. And we see no end in sight, and we're trying to get an answer here. And so I'm trying to see if you're on the left, you have two choices. You are either going to hear from people who are going to try to explain to you the answers to these questions, like if gas is too high. Now, that seems like a ridiculous, silly question to ask. So if you're the Biden Interior Secretary, Deb Haaland, and somebody asks you a simple question, because you don't want to provide leases and lease opportunities for drilling in the Gulf or in Alaska. You don't want to provide the opportunity to get these oil reserves from our ground. Instead, you want to go to Venezuela, and that seems to be the right place to go. So if you're asked a simple question like, hey, you think gas is too high?
Madam Secretary, honest question. Do you believe that gas prices are too high?
Senator, I completely understand the crunch that so many Americans are under right now. I'm thinking back. I've been driving since I was about 18, so I know that we've had other, I remember back when there were lines out.
This isn't tough. This is not hard. The answer is yes. They're too high. So you have a choice, lefties. You have a choice. You either run and stick with a Biden administration that is the cause of inflation, because it's government that causes inflation. And when you're spending trillions of dollars and you don't have it and you have to print it and you have paper money that has no value chasing goods, you have inflation. So you have a choice. You could either side with the Biden Interior Secretary who's like, or you're running for the hills and try to figure out how to get out of this and maybe go to somebody with some common sense who could probably explain how we're going to get out of this. And that's not the Biden administration. The Biden administration was telling everybody this week at a Senate Energy and Natural Resource Committee that we've got a 5-year plan and we've got to go through these steps. And by the end of these 3 steps that we have in this 5-year program, we're going to make a decision on whether or not we're going to do anything when it comes to leases. After step number 3, and you have Senator Manchin and other senators, Senator Langford of Oklahoma, like, we can't really wait that long. A 5-year plan to talk about leasing? Like, shouldn't we be doing this now? And the Biden Interior Secretary is like, look, even after the program proposal comes out on June 30th, a proposal, it's going to take about 150 days to complete the public comment, environmental review. You got to get the wackos involved and find out what they think, because they apparently rule this administration, before we can talk about leases. So in the middle of this yesterday, check this out. In the middle of it, the Biden Interior Secretary, Deb Haaland, is trying to explain why, as Senator Manchin, Democrat, is holding up a memo that says something completely different. Check this out.
If I may, real quickly, Secretary Helen, I don't know, did you all just put out a statement? The U.S. Department of Interior just put out a statement, and the statement basically says a proposed program is not a decision to issue specific leases or to authorize any drilling or development. This is from y'all's office. So it looks like you are on to shut everything down. Did you know?
Are you following this? So during the meeting, a memo comes out from her department that says, yeah, we're not doing leasing. We're not going to do anything when it comes to exploration. Yeah, we're not doing all of that. Here she is at the committee hearing talking about, we got a plan for this. Yeah, we're thinking about leasing. And her own department puts out a memo while she's sitting there and is like, no, we don't have any plans. We're not doing it.
You all put this out.
I am sorry. I am sitting in this hearing.
So you have a decision to make. Either you're on the side, lefties, of Biden administration and an administration that is either feckless, has no idea what they're doing, or knows very well what they're doing, because the more strife, the more problems, the more issues the country has, the more people will turn to the government for help. And that's what we're here for. You better believe it. Following this, you cause the problem to fix the problem. Is that the America you want to live in? I'm just asking, lefties. Is this the country that you're loving on? When people say, I love this country. Democrats, I love this country as much as you do. Really? In what way? That we have an administration causing so many problems that they're the only ones that could fix it? Is that how you love the country? Even on the side of something I touched on earlier, and if you want to comment on this, 239-479-5592. From a micro position, I mean, how much do you want government involved in decisions? We talked a little bit about it, about Naples, thinking about this, the city of Naples, trying to require landlords to give more notice of high rental price increases. So if the rent's going to be increased more than 5%, the city council passed this first reading of the ordinance that would require landlords to give tenants a 60-day notice. So you've got two schools of thought here, and I wonder which one you like. You have people that are saying, look, I've been there. I'm there now. If my rent went up 5% and I live paycheck to paycheck, do you understand what that means, that extra 30 days? It means a lot. It means everything. Like, I can now figure out where I'm going to get the money from, where I'm going to go. I need this buffer. This is a good thing. And it's important that we have this. And then, I got it. And then there's the other side that's like, well, hold on a second. Should the government be getting involved in this? I mean, which side are you? Hey, look at this. State Representative Bob Rommel is joining us right now. Naples resident. I think he might know a thing or two about this issue. Probably have talked to people about it, heard a little bit about it. Hello, Bob Rommel. How are you today?
Good morning, Drew, and good morning, Jake Day, too.
So what do you think? You got two sides of this, right? You have people on the issue of telling people 60 days out, on the issue of your rent going up by 5%. What's your opinion on this?
Well, I want to give you a comparison of the two of the things that me as a state elected official we hear the most of, and it's not just here in Naples, Collier County, or the state of Florida. It's everywhere in the nation. There's two problems that are affecting the majority of Americans. And you were talking about the one, it's gasoline for their cars, which is now $4.50 to $6 a gallon, maybe $10 a gallon. It's destroying our economy. It's destroying families.
Yep.
And rent. So both of them, rent across the nation, we have this hyperinflation in rent. And so I'll get back to gasoline in a second. But with rent, we hear high rent, high rent, high rent. The city of Naples, Collier County, Lee County needs to do something. And I just looked up the cities that have the most rent control: Bronx, New York, Harlem, New York, Newark, New Jersey, Baltimore, and Philadelphia. What do all those cities have in common?
Big lefty states, big lefty cities.
Big lefty states, high crime. They've had rent control for 50 years, and they've never fixed the problem because controls don't fix the problem. Free market fixes the problem. Here in Collier County, it costs about $32,000 for every front door somebody wants to build in impact fees. So if you're trying to build something that's more affordable, whether it's for purchase or for rent, you have that big fee to pay right away. We have hyperinflation on wages. Everybody wants higher minimum wages, and they've blown right by construction workers, that are laborers are getting $25 an hour, and God bless them, but it leads to higher rent. Then when somebody wants to build a project that's a little bit smaller on a little big piece of land, the environmentalists come, no, you can't come here because there's this special frog that we're going to do, or you're going to add to the pollution in the air, or the water. And then the city councils or county commissioners say, okay, we can't do it there. So local government has to stand out of the way of the free market. We could even blame the rent control on the problem with the Biden administration by allowing 2.5 million people coming over the border illegally. Because once they're here, they need a place to live also. So you're letting people over the border. You're causing hyperinflation by giving money away like crazy. Locally, you have these high thresholds of the size of the house, the size of the property, and this high impact fee. And then you want to go tell a private individual that made that investment when you can raise your rent and how much and what type of notice you're going to have to live. We already have all of these contracts in your lease. It's a contract between the owner and the renter. And now because we have hyperinflation caused by government wants to fix it? I don't think so.
Yeah, and there's another part of the equation, too, that has to be addressed, and it's kind of the elephant, but not really, is the fact that we have a growing population. We have a place that people want to come to. So no matter what, we're going to have to figure out how we're going to find places for all of these individuals who love Southwest Florida as much as we do, a place to live. And ultimately, that's going to mean that we're going to have to build more multi-unit housing. We're going to have to be all over Southwest Florida. We're going to have to make that decision whether we want the growth or not. And if we want the growth, then we're going to have to find places for people to live. So that's part of the argument as well. So again, I guess to your point, your suggestion is you've got to make it easier for these places to build, less regulations, bringing down the cost at a time, by the way, may I remind everybody, when they're screaming about no place for people to go in these buildings, the prices are astronomical.
To
build, yeah.
Yeah. Even something on a smaller scale, and the city of Naples a few months banned gasoline leaf blowers.
Hey, well, let me do this because I'm looking at the time.
Okay.
Can you hold through the break?
Sure.
Okay, why don't you do this? Hold on. We got to take a break. And when we come back, let's finish up this conversation because I don't want to cut you short because I want to finish these thoughts. And then I have some others locally. So stay there. State Representative Bob Rommel joining us on Daybreak. When we come back, we'll have more on this issue and some other things that are going on locally as well that you need to know about. Important stuff on the way. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
Whether you're commuting to the office or driving to the beach, always stay to the right with 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
It's that time of the year, Southwest Florida, and you know how important election season is. Hey, it's Drew Steele, and it's time for the 92.5 Fox News Meet the Candidates event. We'll have two events, one in Lee County and one in Collier County. It's a chance for you to stop by, meet those candidates in person, and learn more about their stance on the issues. The Collier County event is Wednesday, June 1st at Seed to Table in Naples from 5 to 7 p.m. And the Lee County event is Thursday, June 2nd at the Bell Tower from 5 to 7 p.m. School board races, county commission races, countywide, local office races, everyone will be at this very important event. Don't miss our Meet the Candidates event, Wednesday, June 1st at Seed to Table at the corner of Livingston and Immokalee Road in Naples, and Thursday, June 2nd at the Bell Tower at the corner of 41 and Daniels Parkway. Don't miss this important event. We'll see you there at our Meet the Candidates event, 5 to 7 p.m. with 92.5 Fox News.
Hello, folks. This is Representative Bob Rommel with another interesting artifact. This week, Joe Biden's new spokesperson held a disastrous press conference. She couldn't answer one simple question about inflation. So let's help her. When government prints too much money and hands out trillions with no strings attached, our money is devalued. That means it takes more money to buy the same things that cost less just a year ago. Then Biden canceled multiple oil pipelines. Now the average price of gas in Florida is a record $4.50 per gallon. When gas prices rises, everything else gets more expensive. Now Biden's bright idea is to raise taxes. In Florida, conservative leaders balance our budget every year. We don't even have a state income tax. That's why Florida's economy under DeSantis will always be stronger than the national economy under Biden. Let's keep it that way. Paid by me, Bob Rommel, Republican for State Representative.
Pandemic, market drops, elections. Don't let the noise and fear distract you. Where do you go for clarity in uncertain times? I'm Alfie Townsend, Southwest Florida's financial planner. For experience, advice on planning for retirement, visit savingtheinvestor.com.
My Shower Door is proud to announce they've achieved two significant milestones. They recently installed their 100,000th frameless shower door in Florida and reached 2,500 Google reviews while keeping a 5-star rating. These reviews were written by real customers who placed their trust and confidence with My Shower Door. These customers took time out of their hectic schedule to inform others about their experience. If you're looking for a local company that has experience and you can trust, go to myshowerdoor.com.
You know your garage door is more important than your actual front door, right? That fancy front door you put a wreath on at Christmas time, bunch of flags on Independence Day, pumpkins at Halloween. People can barely see that from the street. Your ugly old garage door is literally 5 times as big, and I literally mean literally. People who aren't even looking at your house will see that rusty, dented, 30-year-old garage door and think, really? Somebody built a perfectly good house behind that? Ugh. At Mo Better Garage, we make that way mo better. Brand new doors and designs that complement your home. Straight, clean, rust-free. Doors that make you look good from half a block away. People just driving by think, man, if the garage door is that nice, her husband must be a stud. How do I know? Because I'm Mo. Call Mo Better Garage and we'll come over and make it right. You worry about making the inside of the house just as nice.
Mo Better Garage, we make it way more better.
MoBetterGarage.com.
This is State Representative Spencer Roach. For 20 years, I served in the United States Coast Guard, rescuing fishermen in the rough waters of the Bering Sea, chasing drug smugglers in the Caribbean, and patrolling a combat zone enforcing sanctions against Iraq. But nothing was more rewarding than my time as a JAG officer defending wounded warriors. Being the voice of our soldiers injured in the line of duty remains one of the greatest honors of my life. Now, I am proud to serve you in the Florida House. When I first ran for office 4 years ago, I told you I would defend conservative principles, expand access to trade schools, fight illegal immigration, protect the Second Amendment, and always defend our most vulnerable. and I've done exactly that. I've also led the charge to hold our school boards accountable, to fight back against woke corporations trying to force their liberal views on our conservative community, and I've never wavered in my support of the Constitution. This is Spencer Roach. I'm a conservative, a veteran, and I look forward to continuing the fight in Tallahassee. Sponsored by Friends of Spencer Roach, P.O. Box 3179, North Fort Myers, Florida, 33918.
This break is sponsored by Cornerstone Builders. Give us the opportunity to wow you.
Wink News, traffic.
Still watching a crash in Lehigh Acres, causing a lot of backups on Lee Boulevard in the westbound direction as you head towards State Road 82. The site of that crash at Lee Boulevard and West Wing Road. Another crash on State Road 82 at 40th Street. Delays on 82 heading northbound towards Gunnery Road and Daniels Parkway. There is some reported roadblock as well. Avoid those areas if you don't want to get caught up in that congestion or leave the house a few minutes early. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wirtz, Wink News.
Wink Weather Authority.
Make sure you have that umbrella at the ready for today. Rainy season making a comeback after a couple of drier days that we got to enjoy. Periods of on and off rain and thunderstorms return in a big way for today. Look for a mostly cloudy sky with temperatures cooler thanks to the cloud cover and the rain. Highs set to only top off in the mid and upper 80s. We'll keep with some additional rounds of showers and storms as we head into your Friday evening and overnight. Saturday morning featuring a low near 74 degrees with a few passing showers still possible for Saturday morning. More scattered thunderstorms as we head throughout the afternoon on Saturday. Rain chances may be slightly lower for Sunday out of the weekend, though we will still maintain a chance at least for some isolated hit or miss storms with highs back into the 90s. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
There's a reason they call tasteless, stale food leftovers. Feed your brain the right way. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Imagine replacing your old kitchen with the
her revenge. She'll find one with no hot water, cold sponge baths when I'm 90!
Dave, so what's the best case scenario?
Best case? Well, I guess I make a call and someone comes out to put in a new water heater, one that never runs out of hot water.
That's best?
Well, sure, but...
That's best. Best Home Services. They have so many specialized technicians, they have an endless hot water expert.
For real?
This is fixable.
GetBest.com. When something goes wrong, we're waiting.
Handle this right, you could be Father of the Year.
You know, I really could be.
Hey everybody, Dr. Amy here, your favorite chiropractor. We're back for your daily dose of Did You Know Chiropractic can help with that. And today we're going to talk about knee pain and arthritis. Specifically, I want to tell you about Susie. When I met Susie, she had constant knee pain that was limiting her activity and had even started to limit her ability to walk. And she was told it was arthritis. She actually believed the doctors when they told her it was arthritis because she had previously broken her kneecap. So when I did my full evaluation evaluation for subluxation, I took x-rays of her knees and it showed no arthritis. We were able to trace it all the way back to her spine, and the x-rays revealed a curve in her low back. And that curve in her low back is exactly what was causing the knee pain. So through my scoliosis protocol, we were able to correct that curve, and it might seem like a small thing to you, but Susie no longer has knee pain. Are you dealing with knee pain that you can't get rid of and thinking it's just arthritis? It might not be. Call us 239-628-4899, and remember, your power is on.
Stay right here, because after Drew, it's Glenn Beck, 9 to noon. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along. This is Daybreak with Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
Health officials in Massachusetts announced that they have identified the first case of monkeypox in the country. But don't worry, it can be easily cured with, baby formula. Damn it!
Sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, gosh. All right, 239-479-5592. I'm sorry, but that's... So we've got the first cases of monkeypox. Now, why not throw a pox on everything? Okay, so now we got monkeypox to worry about. By the way, if you know anything about monkeypox, I've been reading about it. There's no cure. It's not like you can give something to someone with monkeypox and off it goes. The smallpox vaccine is 85% effective, so they're buying a bunch of vaccines for smallpox, and I don't know. It's just another thing to put on the plate. Why not? So we've got that. What else can we put on the plate? Look, I saw this poll Quinnipiac had yesterday. 26% of Hispanics that are polled say they approve of the job that the president's doing in office compared to 55% last year. I mean, you talk about cratering. You talk about just plummeting. Not a joke. I mean, that's no joke right there. I have no idea why the Hispanic community might be thinking to themselves, the Latinos are thinking, I'm not really sure about the whole Biden thing, the Biden family and this administration. I may not be too happy with them. I have no idea why that would be the case.
On behalf of my husband and the people of the United States, buenas tardes.
So say it with me. Si se puede. The future is ours.
I just have one thing to say. Hang on here. All right. It's awful hard as well to get Latinx vaccinated as well. Why? They're worried that they'll be vaccinated and deported.
What is Latinx? Is that a new, what is that? Why are you doing that?
Sounds like a toothpaste.
I thought it's a or bathroom tissue or something. Well, like, why would you?
Oh, yeah, there's that.
Why would you do that? Seriously? They keep, and then they're wondering, I don't know why. We're so relatable. Can't just be Americans caring about other Americans and caring about everyone and making sure that inflation doesn't go rampant, prices through the roof, making sure that we can get control of the spending and no, that's way too much. The border, you can just go on and on. All right, so before break, and listen, I would love to hear from you. There's a lot of people that are texting, so this is great. 239-479-5592. It's the Brett AC talk and text line. If you want to call to State Representative Bob Rommel, who's joining us right now, he was on with us last break, and we were talking about pretty much what is, I'm going to say it. It seems like it's coming down the line here, the demand for some kind of rent control in Naples. You have Naples, the city of Naples, trying to require landlords to give more 60 days notice if the rent's going to be increased by more than 5%. And, we've talked about this, Bob, the question of whether or not you are on the side of, we have to have that notice. It's going to help. You don't understand. It's important that we know this because we have to make arrangements. By the way, you can bring the phone line back up, Jake. that it's going to be important that we do this, right? Because so that we know. But on the other side, it's like, do you really want government getting involved? And I'll make this case to you, and you can answer this before we go on to what else you had on your mind this morning, and it's this. If a city, no matter where it is, decides that they are going to give and demand that landlords give tenants 60 days notice if the rent's going to increase by 5% or more, that doesn't help with the fact that the prices are still high. I've got people that are texting me and saying, I pay $1,700 a month. I'm being told now next month it's going to be $2,500. The price is going up on top of gas and everything else that's happening. My suggestion might be that I'm worried because if you're a conservative and you're on the outside looking in and you see a local government getting involved, you might be worried if the ideology is right, if the ideology of the people that are there is right, that the next step would be, well, we have to help another way. So maybe we need to have some kind of rent control. Maybe we need to say that we can only have rents going up to a certain price in this area because people are hurting. Do you see where I'm going with this?
Drew, I know exactly where you're going. And another city that has rent control is St. Petersburg, Russia. So it's either we're a society, we want government to fix everything, or we want to become a giant government-controlled society. And we're very close in America. And I was actually at a Naples Republican Club event the other night. Mm-hmm. And, as a state representative, people come up to you and talk to you about issues that happen during the day. And what are you going to do about it? And the same thing, we have to tell them, listen, we already have thousands of statutes locally, thousands on the state side, and then thousands upon thousands federally. We just can't have statutes every time there's a shift in the economy. Again, we are known as the free state of Florida, and being the free state of Florida has definitely helped create a problem in the housing market. But the only way to fix the housing market, well, there's two. One is to increase the supply, which hopefully we can do, but it's difficult when you have hyperinflation. But Joe Biden is going to probably fix the housing market for all of us.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to ask why.
Yeah.
Well,
No.
when you destroy the economy and you have hyperinflation, when people are paying $5 for gasoline, $10 for a pound of chopped meat, everybody has to go move back in with their family.
Well, this is the problem. And again, this is the point that's so important. And I wish that some on the left that live in Naples, that live in Lee County, Collier County, and you know who you are, and some of you are in government. What are you doing? Your party, your Democrat Party, the leftists, the people that you like and follow and vote for, are the ones that are causing this. All of the policies that are causing our local communities to hurt. And yet you want to, ignore that? Do you not want to realize that your vote was a mistake because of the policies that we have now? And you can't even admit that.
Whenever, if it's local government or any government, whenever we have a new policy or new ordinances, it costs more money. And again, I was talking about in Naples a few months ago, they required landscapers to use electric leaf blowers. Electric leaf blowers cost 4 times the amount. Right. So for them to get them, never mind, they have to throw away their gasoline ones, which is a waste. Now the electric ones, because they're a little quieter, maybe a little bit better for the environment, they have to raise prices. So, everything that they do, it hurts the same people that they're saying they're trying to protect, the working class or the poor people. Yeah. Every policy that raises prices, and they're destroying our economy.
Yeah, and that's the concern that so many people have, and that's why elections have consequences. And you can try to spin this. All you on the left can spin this all you want. You did this. This is your doing. And we can prove it just by going back 5 years and showing what everything was like before and the prices. I mean, how long ago? It wasn't that long ago where you were paying $2 in gas. It wasn't that long ago. And you can blame Putin all you want. It's just, you got to just come to the realization that this is a mistake, that you made a mistake, but you won't.
Well, with gasoline, as soon as we turned up the pipeline, that sent a message to the world. And if I was Saudi Arabia or one of those higher producing companies, why would I increase output? I just want the price to go higher. Biden did this. He turned it off to turn it on for spite to try to push the Green New Deal, whether or not long-term that's good for us. But right now, Americans are hurting because they can't afford to pay $5 gasoline and $10 chicken. Because remember, petroleum goes to fertilizer, goes to everything we use. Everything we use is made with some type of form of petroleum. And right now, we don't have enough of it in America. And I guess now he's been negotiating with Venezuela again. I mean, another insanity.
Yeah, again. All right, listen, we've got to run. State Representative Bob Rommel joining us on Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News. All right, my friend. I'll see you later. Thanks.
Thanks, my friend.
Okay,
Bye.
see you. All right. Look, you got, again, ask yourself the question. How long are you going to, if you're on the left? And listen, I know, I'm not talking to you. You didn't vote for Democrats. You didn't vote for Joe Biden. You're not down with these policies. I get it. But again, we're trying to convince another side that they're wrong, that they've made a mistake, and the policies are horrific for this country. And when asked to fix it, there's two choices. Either you're completely feckless, you don't know what to do. It's a mistake that you're even in Washington, D.C., because you're nowhere near ready or capable of helping or solving the problem. Or you know exactly what's going on, and you're just going to give the thumbs down. Well, I was going to say a different finger, but you don't care. Secretary of Energy Granholm. Here we go again with the Putin price hike. And Senator Hawley yesterday at the Senate Armed Services Committee talking about energy and how important it is there as well. It's like, this is enough of this.
Secretary Granholm, today in the state of Missouri, the average price of gasoline today, as of this morning, is $4.10. Average price of diesel is $5.18. And I'm sure you've seen the reporting this morning that now AAA is projecting that gas prices will hit a national average of $6 a gallon by the month of August.
There's no problem. Nothing to worry about. It won't happen here. But what?
Is this acceptable to you?
No, it is not. And you can thank the activity of Vladimir Putin for invading Ukraine and pulling essentially those barrels.
With all due respect, Madam Secretary, that's utter nonsense. In January of 2021, the average gas price in my state was $2.07. 8 months later, long before Vladimir Putin invaded Ukraine, that price was up over 30%, and it has been going up consistently since.
Yep, he's right. That's right, and that's what you do. You call it out. It's nonsense. Stop doing this. But you have half the country who hears this and believes it. Now, are they continuing to believe it? Or are they like, I don't care. Do something, right? You get to the point. I think even if you're a goofy, I was going to say dumb, but that's not, my son's listening and that's not polite. Even if you're a goofy leftist, at some point you got to go, okay, Putin, now what are you going to do to fix it? Because I'm an American just as they are. Just as those guys on the right, just as those ultra MAGA crazies, ultra MAGA, the uber ultra super soft MAGA, whatever they do. I love that how Biden comes out and is like ultra MAGA, and everybody's like, "You're darn right, I'm ultra MAGA. I'm super ultra MAGA. You better believe it. I'm hyper super duper. Come on, bring it." But there has to come a point where even you are like, yeah, I live in this country too. Come on now. I live here too. I know this is kind of chasing a squirrel a little bit, but I'll go in this direction just for a half a second before we get ready for Drew's College of Political Knowledge, and it's this. In the same way that when people say something like, yeah, it's Putin's price hike. Okay, well, guess what? You're being affected by it. You're a lefty, and you're being affected by gas prices and the prices on the shelf and the fact that baby formula is scarce and everything. This is affecting you, right? And you're an American. You live in this country, right? The same way that bothers me is the same thing when you have people that want to be an elected official, whether it's school board or whether it's county commission or anything else, trying to make a case for themselves without substance. As if the like, I guess the thing that drives me crazy, and a lot of people do it, and look, I get it. You know, when you're running for example, school board, and you say, if you say to somebody, well, I got kids. Okay, a lot of us have kids. But just because you have a kid that's in the school system or a child doesn't make you qualified to be on a school board. I need more. Just give me more. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with you having a kid. I'm not even saying anything wrong with you saying that you have one. That's great. But that's not enough. You got to give me more. And it's the same thing with lefties in this country. It's like, okay, I'm going to run with you. It's Putin. Putin did it. It's Putin's hike. What's this administration doing? You happy with the administration's doing, which is nothing? Prices are still going up. So what's your answer? You got to give me more. I need more. It's like a song. I need more. Is that a song? Or is that just me off the top of my head because it's Friday, just singing something ridiculous? All right, 239-479-5592. Let's move on. Let's pull the squirrel back in and let's get back on track. The squirrel track. Is there a squirrel track? So, okay. Drew's College of Political Knowledge, 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. I need you. Caller number 9 right now at 239-479-5592. Caller number 9, you will get to play Drew's College. And not only play and win, you will win a $35 gift certificate to the great Alda's Restaurant and Bar, otherwise known as Alda's Diner, at the corner of 951 and Vanderbilt Beach Road. We love them. They are fantastic. And you're going to love the food, and you're going to love being there. You can talk politics, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's great. All right, so 9th caller, next. Daybreak, 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
The right place for local talk. Drew now. Trey for the drive at 5. 92.5 Fox News. Right.
Charlie Dombeck here from Key City Capital. As a 30-year CPA, I have found that there are 2 factors that determine how much and how fast you accumulate wealth: the amount you pay in income taxes and how well your investments perform. Today, our financial market's under extreme pressure from unrelenting inflation that is at a 40-year high. More aggressive planned interest rate increases will further devalue equities and lessen monthly investment income. Now is the time to protect your gains from the last market cycle. Key City Capital is a leading provider of workforce rental real estate and asset-backed lending investments focusing on landlord-friendly states located in Sunbelt states. To learn more about the Key City value proposition, we host a free monthly dinner in Naples at the Tiburon Country Club. To register for the dinner or to schedule a complimentary consultation, visit kcap989.com. That's kcap989.com, or call 239-330-2080, 239-330-2080.
All right, it's Dave Meister, owner of the Floor Meisters in Naples. And anytime I have Dave on the phone with me, I know something great is happening. And, of course, we've got the new Dreamweaver carpets that we can talk about. And we know the installation time frame very quick, but we also know that there's some other things that are going on with carpets. Tell us a little bit more, Dave.
Yes, Drew, this Dreamweaver carpet, this is the hottest thing since 5-buckle-over shoes. It has a warranty for steps. We stock about 20 rolls of it. You can do the average set of steps for $750 to $850. We can do a remnant in this Dreamweaver for a guest bedroom for around $500. And we can get all these installed in about a week or less.
A week or less. That's what we're talking about. It's nice when you've got a quick turnaround, right?
That's right. Stop in. We don't mess around. We got it, and we'll put it in.
That's great. Now's the time to visit their store at 6281 Naples Boulevard next to Costco, or online at floormeisters.com.
Almost half of all cyber attacks target small businesses. So get Comcast Business Security Edge on the largest, fastest, reliable network with speeds up to 10 gigs to most small businesses. Comcast Business, powering possibilities. Restrictions apply. Comcast Business Internet required. Actual speeds vary.
When searching for a frameless shower door, what's important to you? Trust, convenience, reliability, meticulous installation with a great product and warranty? At My Shower Door, check all those boxes. Over 2,500 Google reviews, 100,000 installations, 9 convenient Florida locations, and the highest quality product made right here in Southwest Florida. My Shower Door has a newly updated website to view the product, see what customers say, and arrange a free estimate. Want to see more? Go to myshowerdoor.com.
92.5 Fox News.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
All right, let's go to Gregory in Fort Myers. Hello, Gregory.
Hello, sir.
How are you?
I'm arriving at work.
That's not. I was just gonna say that's not one of the questions. So why don't we move on? Streets College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD or associate's degree. Question starts right now. Who was Bill Clinton's vice president for the 2 terms he was in office?
That's a good one.
It is a good one. It's a great one.
Clinton was... It wasn't Mondale. It was...
I'll give you a hint. He invented the internet.
Oh, Al Gore.
Yeah, that's correct, sir. All right.
Thank you for the hint.
All right. You get an associate's. We'll see if you get a bachelor's degree on this question. The right to bear arms. It's one of the amendments. I forget which one.
It is the Second Amendment.
That's correct, sir. All right, so you got a bachelor's. We'll see if you get a master's degree on this question. Do you remember Newt Gingrich? Speaker of the House, right? 1995 to 99. Which administration was he Speaker of the House? Like, during which administration?
It would have been the older Bush. Yeah?
No, it's actually Bill Clinton administration. I was kind of throwing that in to help you out, but okay. Yeah, Gingrich was Speaker of the House during the Clinton administration. All right, well, let's see. Let's see if you. Okay, what's the highest court in the United States, sir?
Supreme Court.
There you go. All right, good. All right, so you got a. I don't even know what degree. What did he get? Did he get a bachelor's degree, Jake, or master's? Bachelor's. Okay. And you got a $35 gift certificate to the Great Olive's Diner at the corner of 951 and Vanderbilt Beach Road in Naples. It's great to visit. You're going to love it for lunch, dinner, breakfast, whatever you want. Stay there. Don't move, okay?
Thank you.
Okay. That was it. Thank you. All right, we got to take a break. All right, we do it each and every day at 7:50, so make sure you tuned in for Drew's College. You never know what kind of questions it'll get. You never know what you'll learn. You never know what you hear. Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
.5 Fox News. Right all along. It's all right here at 92.5 Fox News. We've been right all along. From early morning to late at night, the station that gets it right is 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along. It's all right here at 92.
Where President Biden is right now, it's 9 o'clock at night. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. He's just started his trip to South Korea.
I and my country look forward to a very productive few days together where we can get to know one another better.
The president's first stop, a Samsung computer chip-making plant, similar to a facility the company will build in Texas.
These little chips, only a few nanometers thick, are the key to propelling us into the next era of humanity's technological development.
The emphasis on bringing manufacturing back to the U.S. At this stop in South Korea is an interesting paradox to his trip overall, which aims to counter China's influence by deepening economic ties with allies in the Indo-Pacific. Asian countries want to increase exports of things like semiconductors to the U.S.
That's Fox's Jackie Heinrich in Seoul. The president will also go to Japan on his trip. Well, back home, the price of gas, it's another record high, 11th day in a row. AAA has put regular up a fraction to just over $4.59 a gallon. It's $6.06 in California as oils remain expensive. Energy Secretary Jennifer Granholm, though, told a Senate hearing Russia is to blame, Russia's leader.
You can thank the activity of Vladimir Putin for invading Ukraine and pulling essentially those barrels.
With all due respect, Madam Secretary, that's utter nonsense.
Republicans like Senator Josh Hawley blame Biden energy policies and regulations. 2 people are dead in Chicago after shooting last night that left 8 others wounded.
In downtown Chicago, the Gold Coast neighborhood, it is just steps off of Michigan Avenue. And the shooting happened inside and outside of the restaurant. This is the front door of the McDonald's. It is all shot out. There's broken glass on the inside. Police say that a fight broke out here at 10:40 last night, and then someone someone pulled a gun.
Joni Lum with Fox 32 TV says a man was arrested, a weapon recovered. America's listening to Fox News.
The station that gets it right is 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
This news update is presented by New South Window Solutions. Find them online at newsouthwindow.com.
Wink News. Traffic.
Seeing a lot of rain on the roads in Charlotte County. A look at the interstate near Tucker's Grade Boulevard showed some slick spots, so drive extra slow to get where you need to go to avoid any accidents. I am watching some crashes in Lee County, Lehigh Acres at Lee Boulevard and West Wing Road, causing a lot of slowdowns westbound on Lee Boulevard towards State Road 82, and State Road 82 itself seeing a crash at 40th Street, affecting traffic heading northbound on 82 as you head towards Gunnery Road and Daniels Parkway. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wirtz, Wink News.
Wink Weather Authority.
Make sure you have that umbrella at the ready for today. Rainy season making a comeback after a couple of drier days that we got to enjoy. Periods of on and off rain and thunderstorms return in a big way for today. Look for a mostly cloudy sky with temperatures cooler thanks to the cloud cover and the rain. Highs set to only top off in the mid and upper 80s. We'll keep with some additional rounds of showers and storms as we head into your Friday evening and overnight. Saturday morning featuring a low near 74 degrees with a few passing showers still possible for Saturday morning. More scattered thunderstorms as we head throughout the afternoon on Saturday. Rain chances may be slightly lower for Sunday out of the weekend, though we will still maintain a chance at least for some isolated hit or miss storms with highs back into the 90s. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Looking for 92.5 Fox News online? Big news. You'll be all set when you go to rightallalong.net.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. New South is Florida's factory direct window company. We manufacture, install, and guarantee your windows for life. One company, one call. Our replacement windows are made to better enhance the energy efficiency of your home and stand up to Florida weather. New South Window, home of the ultimate Florida window for you. Made in Florida, for Florida homes, by Florida workers, because we know Florida weather.
Going on now. Save 35% off factory direct windows and doors. Call 1-800-NEW-WINDOWS.
Let's hear from Dr. Johnston at 596-BACK.
In my experience over the years, I have talked to so many patients that were told, you've got arthritis, there's nothing that can be done for your back, neck, or leg pain. You'll just have to live with it. Arthritis means inflammation in a joint, a very general word that doesn't help much at all. What's more important is to discover what is causing the inflammation. At Johnston Spinal Care 596-BACK, I have found that very often one of the underlying problems is nerve or joint compression. Non-surgical spinal decompression is a simple but ingenious treatment that may be the solution you've been looking for, the safest and newest approach with long-lasting healing. Spinal decompression therapy helps relieve pain from herniated discs, neuropathy, sciatica, and stenosis, removing nerve compression and allowing blood and nutrition to go back into the spinal joints to start real healing. What you do today affects your tomorrow. Let us help. Johnston Spinal Care. Call 596-BACK for a free telephone consultation. 596-BACK. 596-2225.
Jason and Todd with the Diamond District are giving you a free pearl necklace and matching bracelet with your purchase of a Veragio engagement or wedding ring priced at $2,500 or more this coming weekend. And we're also offering 12 months interest-free financing at the Diamond District.
At Mr. Sparky, we're America's on-time electrician. Ceiling fans are a great way for you and your family to keep cool, but sometimes they just don't work right. Well, don't get overheated. Call the pros. Trust the Mr. Sparky team of professional, clean, and friendly electricians. Call now for $77 off any repair.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Limitations and restrictions may apply. Independently owned and operated. Licensed in the respective state or county.
Rockstar Harley will pay your sales tax promotion on any pre-owned Harley this week only.
Hello, Tug D. Nut Wrench Esquire. Rockstar Harley doesn't intend on paying or avoiding your sales tax. That's a no-brainer.
Sales tax is the amount of your discount on any pre-owned Harley. Rockstar Harley is part of South Florida's #1 volume Harley dealer. You don't need perfect credit, don't need a cash down payment. 100% of all credit applications considered, and every pre-owned Harley discounted by your sales tax at Rockstar Harley now through Sunday.
More and more people are learning the benefits of CBD and CBG. Whether it's pain relief, help with anxiety, or a reduction of appetite, there are so many benefits. And now you can combine those great positive effects with a beverage you already love, wine. Introducing Vino Herb, an award-winning producer of de-alcoholized wines infused with CBD and CBG. Choose from Chardonnay, Pinot Grigio, Rosé, or Sangria. And coming soon, a delightful Cabernet blend. Enjoy all of the benefits in a wine with a fraction of the sugar and calories. In fact, one bottle of Vino Herb has about the equivalent to the sugar and calories in just one glass of regular wine. So fruity, so tantalizing, and so many benefits. You want it, you just don't know it yet. Just give it a try. Visit VinoHerbCBD.com. That's VinoHerbCBD.com. Check it out today. The statements made regarding these products have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. All information presented is not meant as a substitute or alternative to information from healthcare practitioners.
I'm Congressman Byron Donalds. Let's talk about what matters here in Southwest Florida. It's family, jobs, tourism, and the constant fight to push back on liberal policies like H.R. 1 that would see a federal takeover of our elections. That's why my agenda will always be based on the core values of people in this district: a strong economy, an end to waste, and secure borders to protect us. My goal as your congressman is to make sure our coastal regions are protected and that I serve as a good steward of your tax dollars to projects that improve our district, and to do so without raising your taxes. That's my agenda. Please reach out to learn more about how I'm fighting for you and the many ways my office can help you navigate any problems you're having with federal agencies. I'd like to hear from you. Visit donalds.house.gov or call my district office at 239-599-6033.
Paid for by official funds authorized by the House of Representatives.
Looking for a reputable HVAC service provider? 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating of Naples provides a high level of service and value to our clients. To learn more, visit onehourairnaples.com or call 855-1HOUR.
Thank you for waking us all up out here, for all you do. And
thank you for giving us the voice.
For being out there helping to keep the constitutional republic. I want to thank you for
your support for veterans in the military.
Educating us.
Standing up for conservatism.
Giving us the truth.
Daybreak with Drew Steele.
All right. Happy Jake Day Friday. It's Jake Day Friday. What does that mean? That means Jake Day Friday. We call it Friday Jake Day because Jake is checked out Monday through Thursday. It's usually he's just barely here. It's official that Friday, even though the program's going on, he's completely checked out. He's already had 2 burgers from the break room. Is that right? Is that what you were eating, or were they? What were they? They were not burgers. What were they? You already have eaten.
It was a burger.
So you had a burger from the break room. You've had a couple of Slim Jims, something, some liquid that I can't even identify.
It was orange juice.
It's orange juice, really?
100% vitamin C.
Is your body can handle things that are healthy? How is that even possible? I didn't. Well, I thought your body would fundamentally reject something like that. Like, for example, could you eat broccoli?
Oh, I love broccoli.
Wow. So why don't you just eat more of that? Why are you eating all the time all of these things that have sometimes the ingredients are questionable at best?
I don't know. There's readily available here, so I eat what's here.
But there's ready available healthy here, too. So you've made a conscious decision. Is what
See, but they didn't know that.
Excuse me? Your body. Okay. All right. So 239-479-5592 is the Brett AC Talk and Text line. We stream live. DrewSteele.com is the website, so go there to watch. We appreciate you doing that today. A lot of things to touch on. It is it's a weird Friday. There's a lot. I mean, I've been presenting questions to you and having you decide which one you like better. You know, like a point counterpoint. The old Saturday Night Live. If you've ever seen the point counterpoint from the Dan Aykroyd, you have no idea what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the whole SNL thing. I think it's the cringiest, corniest show ever made.
Yes, true. But in the 70s, there was some humor there. Do yourself a favor. While I'm talking, and you're checked out anyway, go on to get off of what's the video game you're playing right now?
I'm not playing.
What's the video game you're playing right now? What is it? Just say it.
It's chess.
Okay. Stop playing chess for 1 second. even though you're lying to make people believe that when you're playing a video game, it's actually something that is building up your cerebellum or something to that effect. And type in point counterpoint Saturday Night Live, and you will see what I'm talking. Just watch the bit. I won't even talk to you until maybe I'll give you 10 minutes to just watch the bit, and then I'll come back to you, and then you explain to me what you witnessed. Okay? Do you see it? Is it there? Saturday Night 1970s. Put 70s, and that should pop up.
Is her name Jane?
Correct.
Okay,
Jane Curtin.
I think this is the right one.
Go for it. Okay. All right, while we're leaving Jake alone, listen, it's not too crazy a day. I mean, we haven't gotten to the point yet where there are so many people that are upset, let's just say, with, I don't know, with Elon Musk, that there's so many people that are willing to go after him. They're so upset about him taking over Twitter and free speech, and we can't have any of that. I mean, the left in this country, they're not getting too carried away. I mean, it's not like they're making accusations about him. I don't know, doing propositioning a flight attendant and a little sexual harassment and there's a little expose going on or anything like that. I mean, it's not like
Breaking news. A bombshell.
Oh yes, they are. Oh yes, they are. Yeah, here we go, everybody. If you thought that the left couldn't get any lower, listen, there's no low. There's no such thing as too low for the left. It doesn't work that way. So you got a pending deal with Twitter. You don't like it because there could be a social media company that isn't biased against conservatives. The guy talks about how he might be voting for Republicans because Democrats basically stink right now, and you all know it, and we've been through this a million times. He even tweeted out that political attacks on me will escalate dramatically in the coming months. Boy, was he more right than he knew. So you've got Business Insider, a big lefty-leaning website, with a hit piece accusing Musk of, listen, we got kids listening, but let's just put it this way. He propositioned a flight attendant, and things may have been shown that should not be shown in the company of anybody at all ever in public. So that kind of thing. And there was this settlement that was out there, and he paid a flight attendant. And there's by the way, there's an NDA, but what's an NDA? What does that mean, non-disclosure? That doesn't, I mean, when the time is right, you've got to disclose. I mean, just ask Brett Kavanaugh how that works. Yeah, you know, when people come along and accuse you of things thinly and don't really have a lot to back it up, and it all times perfectly with attacks at moments in time where the left is upset about you. So there you go. So you got that coming from the left on the Musk side of things. Speaking of Musk. This stinks as well. See what I did there? See the Musk and stinks? Okay. Not many people are following or have a desire to follow one of the biggest trials that have been out there in a long time, dealing with one of the biggest scandals in American history that has to do with Hillary Clinton 2016 and her campaign and who she was financing and how they were trying to basically rig an election to stop a duly elected president from becoming president, and the trial of former Hillary Clinton campaign lawyer Michael Sussman. A lot of surprise twists, a lot of things going on. You remember John Durham is charging Sussman with lying to the FBI. September 2016, he pitched a Trump-Russia collusion tale to the FBI general counsel. That would be James Baker. But he didn't say he was working for the Clinton campaign. He was just coming up as a concerned citizen, and he was going to give this information. Sussman, who's a former federal prosecutor, pleading not guilty to the charges, rolling the dice, everybody, believing that when you've got a jury who has a lot of Clinton sympathizers on the jury that we described yesterday. There are people who voted for Hillary, that worked for Bill Clinton. I mean, there's all kinds of weirdness going on with the jury because that's how incestuous and weird the Clintons can become in Washington, D.C. And
I'm really offended personally.
Yeah. So what do we find out? So we found out that we had a special agent testifying that the FBI's analysis of the DNS data on the Alpha Bank and Trump Organization email. This is from, by the way, Just the News doing some great reporting on this. So the Trump Organization email servers given to the agency by Sussman was done inside of a day. They knew already that this was bogus. They knew it. They dismissed it. It's like, this is ridiculous. The stuff that he is giving you is just dumb. They knew it before it was handed over, but they ended up running with it anyway. Weird. 2016 Clinton campaign lawyer Mark Elias, who's in the middle of everything that is an absolute mess if it's connected with Hillary Clinton. And I know you're offended. Under cross-examination from the defense, asked Sussman if he went to the FBI on behalf of the campaign, and he's like, oh, why don't you ask him? Kind of like half throwing him under the bus. Like, I'm not getting involved with this. Ask him whether or not he did. He also said he didn't trust the FBI enough to bring them this Alpha Bank allegation because they didn't do anything to stop the release of the hacked DNC server emails. That's a crock. There were a lot of things that were going on that were weird. But one of the strangest things is this connection between the former FBI General Counsel James Baker, who is on the side of the prosecution. This is Durham's guy. And Michael Sussman, who is the defendant in this case, that they've got this relationship, that they knew each other. They had this very weird, it's not a weird relationship, they were friends. And the question becomes, like, how in the world did the two of these individuals get together, had the conversation about, hey, listen, I've got some sensitive material I want to discuss, and I just want to have a meeting on my own, not on behalf of a client or company. I just want to help you. And he's like, okay, this isn't a text. And Baker is like, yeah, what time works for you? Anytime. Okay, great. These guys know each other. They're friends. But he's claiming that he had no idea. That Baker is saying that he didn't know of the connections to Hillary Clinton and the campaign. That's just too cozy. That's just too... How do you not know? How do you not know of somebody who you're friends with? How do you not know what they're doing? Or how... Even the New York Post was saying, who needs to spend millions on television commercials or Facebook ads if you got friends in the FBI who can pull it off, or can pull off a political dirty trick for you? Describing all of this, how these two were friends. And that Sussman peddled the false story that Donald Trump was secretly communicating with a Russian bank. And they feel like, look, Sussman's guilty of the crime which the special counsel is accusing him of, lying to the FBI despite his claims otherwise. He specifically said to Baker that he's not coming in on behalf of the company, but he was. So he's lying, so there's no doubt. But we're supposed to believe that Baker didn't know that Sussman, a well-known Democratic lawyer who can drop by the FBI at the drop of a hat, he had clearance to get in. He didn't know he was a biased tipster. Like, he had no idea that he had bias in this case at all. When Baker passes Sussman's story to FBI agents, he doesn't tell them where it's coming from, allowing the lawyer anonymity even as an investigation finds his tale is garbage. So I know that Durham's got this plan and exposing more, but man, there's a lot of bumps in this road. There's a lot of issues that are going on here. Even Margot Cleveland, who's been following this at the Federalist, is talking about how this witness, a reluctant witness being Baker, who we just described on the Durham side, is devastating the defense's claims in this case. Like, he's not helping. So that's why we talked a little bit about it yesterday, and we'll move on from this, but there are concerns that it feels to some like, no, this is good. We're on the right trail. Everything's fine. Durham's got a plan. We've got this. Don't worry about it. And then there are some that are like, man, the swamp's the swamp. The swamp's the swamp. And that if you're trying to get justice, if you're trying to get this right, there's just way too many connecting of dots with people that know people and heard it from a friend who heard it from a friend you've been messing around. I'm not going to sing it because it's depressing. Not the song. The song's okay. All right, 239-479-5592. Before we move on, I just want to remind everybody, Meet the Candidates, the Meet the Candidates event, a chance for you to meet those that are running for school board and city council and county commission and more. An opportunity to meet them in person, vet them for yourselves, ask the tough questions. You've got to do this. You talk the talk, now you got to walk the walk. You talk about how you're concerned about elections in Southwest Florida and you care. Well, here is your opportunity to show up. This is June 1st and 2nd, our Meet the Candidates event, 5 to 7 p.m. Obviously, it's free. You just show up there. The candidates will be there on June 1st. That is Wednesday, right? I believe June 1st. It will be at Oaks Farm Seed to Table at the corner of Livingston and Immokalee Road. On Thursday, the 2nd, it'll be at the Bell Tower Shops at the corner of Daniels and US 41. And that'll be from 5 to 7 as well. So you've got to show up. You've got to see these candidates. They're asking for your vote. You got to vet them. You got to ask the tough questions. Don't be afraid. And I know you will show up en masse. So we're looking forward to that. Meet the Candidates event. June 1st, June 2nd. June 1st at Oaks Farm Seed to Table. June 2nd at the Bell Tower Shops. All right. Anything else that we want to skip to and touch on this morning before we take a break? Anything else I want to? Yeah, just, do we want to go to the, okay. No, I'm going to wait for that. Let's take a break. Ready to take a break? Good. All right, let's do it. Stay break 92.5. Fox News, right all along.
Keeping it right here. We're 92.5 Fox News. And we've been right all along.
It's that time of the year, Southwest Florida, and you know how important election season is. Hey, it's Drew Steele, and it's time for the 92.5 Fox News Meet the Candidates event. We'll have 2 events, one in Lee County and one in Collier County. It's a chance for you to stop by, meet those candidates in person, and learn more about their stance on the issues. The Collier County event is Wednesday, June 1st at Seed to Table in Naples from 5 to 7 p.m. And the Lee County event is Thursday, June 2nd at the Bell Tower from 5 to 7 p.m. School board races, county commission races, countywide, local office races, everyone will be at this very important event. Don't miss our Meet the Candidates event, Wednesday, June 1st at Seed to Table at the corner of Livingston and Immokalee Road in Naples, and Thursday, June 2nd at the Bell Tower at the corner of 41 and Daniels Parkway. Don't miss this important event. We'll see you there at our Meet the Candidates event, 5 to 7 p.m. with 92.5 Fox News.
Do you have an old sedan? Sutherland buys it. How about a minivan? Sutherland buys it. A souped-up truck? Sutherland buys it. No matter what, Sutherland buys it. Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral will buy your car right now. Click SutherlandBuysIt.com and get $8,000 more than your trade is worth. $8,000 more. Then come shop the #1 certified dealer. Get certified Ultimas, certified Rogues, certified Titans. Pay thousands less than new. Get a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty, plus free gas for the rest of the summer. And remember, click SutherlandBuysIt.com for $8,000 more than book value for your trade, no matter what it is or where you bought it, through Monday only. Hurry to Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral, your used car megastore, online at flnissan.com. If you don't shop Sutherland, you'll pay too much.
See dealer for details.
This spring on a new Train heating and cooling system. Train systems are engineered to keep up with you. Visit traininfo.com to find your local independent Train dealer. It's hard to stop a train. Brought to you by traininfo.com.
Most politicians are just show ponies, but Wilton Simpson is a workhorse. Conservative, Republican, 5th-generation Floridian. Simpson's a lifelong farmer who shoots straight and gets things done, like educational and economic opportunity. As Florida's Senate president, Wilton Simpson worked side by side with Governor DeSantis. Simpson fought and won more rights for parents, more choices for kids, and was named champion for school choice. When some politicians wanted lockdowns that threatened our economy, our kids' educations, and our constitutional rights, Wilton Simpson led the charge to keep Florida free and open. Simpson's endorsed by Governor Ron DeSantis, 59 sheriffs, and President Donald Trump. Workhorse Wilton Simpson, the conservative who gets things done. Candidate, Florida Commissioner of Agriculture. Sponsored by Grow Florida.
4.
Tee up and swing into summer at Coral Oaks Golf Course in Cape Coral. Experience excellent playing conditions, GPS golf carts, and low summer rates. Play 18 holes with a cart for just $38 before noon, $33 after noon, or play any day after 2 p.m. for only $28 all summer long. Book tee times up to 7 days in advance at coraloaksgolf.com. We'll see you at Coral Oaks, where every day is a great day.
Imagine replacing your old kitchen with the kitchen of your dreams. Brand new custom-made cabinet doors. Drawer fronts, hand-finished by true craftsmen. Designer hardware, new hinges, and everything installed beautifully in less than a week, start to finish. Expensive? No. To the contrary, with refacing by Cornerstone, you'll save so much, we should really talk about your master bathroom, too. Go for wow. Go for Cornerstone.
Youthful, energetic, happy, sexual, strong, physical, no fear. Taking the bull by the horns.
Old, tired, joint aches, overweight, wrinkled, depressed, sex. I remember what that was.
In men, low testosterone can lead to muscle loss, extra body fat, fatigue, depression, and erectile dysfunction. In women, hormonal imbalance can similarly cause extra fat around the middle and thighs, lack of desire, feminine dryness, and exhaustion. Suboptimal hormone levels are associated with the development of disease states like osteoporosis, heart disease, and stroke. At MyGenix, we specialize in testosterone, growth hormone promoters, bioidentical hormones, and nutritional programs designed to correct these imbalances and make you feel revitalized. See why patients from across the country are coming to MyGenix and take the first step to feeling great again. Call MyGenix for a free consultation at 239-277-9999 or find us online at mygenix.net. That's 239-277-9999.
This update is presented by Stevie Tomato Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Wink News, traffic.
Seeing a lot of rain on the roads in Charlotte County. A look at the interstate near Tucker's Grade Boulevard showed some slick spots, so drive extra slow to get where you need to go to avoid any accidents. I am watching some crashes in Lee County, Lehigh Acres at Lee Boulevard and West Wing Road, causing a lot of slowdowns westbound on Lee Boulevard towards State Road 82. And State Road 82 itself seeing a crash at 40th Street, affecting traffic heading northbound on 82 as you head towards Gunnery Road and Daniels Parkway. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wertz, Wink News.
Wink Weather Authority.
Make sure you have that umbrella at the ready for today. Rainy season making a comeback after a couple of drier days that we got to enjoy. Periods of on and off rain and thunderstorms return in a big way for today. Look for a mostly cloudy sky with temperatures cooler thanks to the cloud cover and the rain. Highs set to only top off in the mid and upper 80s. We'll keep with some additional rounds of showers and storms as we head into your Friday evening and overnight. Saturday morning featuring a low near 74 degrees with a few passing showers still possible for Saturday morning. More scattered thunderstorms as we head throughout the afternoon on Saturday. Rain chances may be slightly lower for Sunday out of the weekend, though we will still maintain a chance at least for some isolated hit-or-miss storms with highs back into the 90s. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Need some inspiration? Don't look left. Look right. Here. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
It's Big Al from Stevie Tomato's Sports Page. Do you feel like you're the forgotten person in this great country, working hard all your life and contributing to this country's greatness, but taken for granted by our politicians' quest for voters? Using their slogan, more taxes will set you free. At Stevie's, you are not forgotten. We love our customers and never want them to feel forgotten. We deliver the value you deserve with our food, service, and pricing. Making our customers feel special is our happiness. As the owner of Stevie Tomatoes, we cater to the forgotten person. Those of you who go about every day doing what it takes for them and their family while contributing to this country's greatness, its culture and values. I personally invite you to allow us to be a small part of what makes you feel special, and we promise to obtain your complete satisfaction. I guarantee it. For daily specials, go to StevieTomato.com. Stevie Tomato Sports Page in Cape Coral, Fort Myers, and Naples. Come, come, come.
Injuries on the job can cause you to lose control. I'm Glenn Levine from the law offices of Anajar Levine. Money is not coming in and your medical bills are piling up. Our legal team is here to help. We can help you file all your workers' compensation claims to make sure you get the proper benefits you're entitled to. If you've been injured on the job, Call the law offices of Anna Jar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
Office in Naples.
Chevy showroom, Marty.
Marty, I want a new Chevy.
Okay.
But I'm leaving my checkbook at home.
Well, how are you going to pay?
I'm not.
Huh?
And I'm not making payments until September.
Look, pal, you got to pay here.
Well, not at Victory Lane Chevrolet because it's no pay May.
No pay?
Uh-huh. You can drive a new Chevy with no money down and no first payment or make no payments until September. It's a no-brainer.
You're crazy.
Crazy about saving people money? It's no pay May at Victory Lane Chevrolet. Keep your money in your pocket and drive a new 2022 Chevy Silverado for just $399 a month, no money down and no first payment. Or finance any new Chevy in stock and make no payments until September 2022. Victory Lane Chevrolet on the corner of Fowler and Winkler. Find new roads. Online, victorylanechevrolet.com.
39-month lease, 0 down, 10K miles per year. Must have current lease and household. Taxes and fees extra. Rebates to dealer. No payments until September. 72 months with approved credit. Offers do not combine.
Trust. It's the rock-solid foundation of Moran Wealth Management. Over 40 years ago, they began advising clients on ways to help meet their financial goals. 4 decades later, we've helped many reach their goals of providing for themselves, their families, and future generations. CEO Tom Moran has assembled an impressive team of professionals, each committed to the same core concept. Tom is recognized by Barron's as a Hall of Fame advisor. To be named a Hall of Fame advisor, the advisor has to have been ranked by Barron's consecutively for the last 10 years in any of their rankings. Let us earn your trust. Call 239-920-4440 or visit moranwm.com. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors. Factors included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention. Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Moran Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
Have lunch with Clay and Buck at noon, right after Glenn Beck at 9. 92.5 Fox News. Right, all along.
All right, 239-479-5592. That is the talk and text line. We stream live, drewsteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's. We always appreciate you watching, subscribing to the channel on Rumble. I'm kind of, I'm talking slow right now just because I am having to send our good friend Mike Opelka a new link to get him onto the air because for some reason the last link did not function properly. So hopefully this new link will work. So just in the nick of time, just when you thought it couldn't be closer to the end of the program, guess what? It's closer to the end of the program. So in the meantime, you'll have to be entertained by the sounds of... Well, we don't have the top 5 audio clips because it's Friday and we usually don't do that. We usually have Mike Opelka. So I'll just let him know that I sent a new link and a little inside baseball here live on. Okay, so now maybe he's here. Maybe he's not here. Are you here? Is that you? Let's see. Is that you? Are you here?
It is I, Arthur, King of the Britons.
Okay, good. Wow, King of the Britons. What happened? Did you eat a little too much?
I went from Thane of Glamis, Thane of Cawdor, and King Hereafter. I was reading my Shakespeare last night, brushing up on my Shakespeare.
Oh, okay. Is that what it was? Maybe I just thought you had too much shepherd's pie. Because
no. Is there too much shepherd's pie anywhere?
Yeah, I guess there's no such thing, right? It is one of those things that always pleases. Hey, by the way, a little inside Drew Steele, Mike Opelka baseball here. We were talking a couple of weeks ago about one of our most recent favorite shows that I actually watch one TV show, and it is something that has been my family favorite. And I'll explain what it is because if it's something that you're looking for that's family friendly and just takes you out of your brain for a minute and just allows you for 1 hour to just disappear. There's a BBC masterpiece, a show called All Creatures Great and Small.
Oh, stop it.
Why?
I cry every episode.
It is, and I'll tell you why it's brilliant. And I don't talk about.
I think I told you about this show.
No, I told you that I was watching it, and then you said I was watching it, and so let me just put it this way. I don't want to spend too much time. Here's the thing: if you've been looking for a show that you don't have to worry about the content and language, where you can sit with your 13-year-old, your 8-year-old, your 10-year-old, whatever, and just enjoy an hour and just kind of disappear and just get away, and where a show like I haven't seen in a long time, where everything is the show is set up where everything is a positive. In other words, there is no evil, there's no villain, there's no bad guy, there's no violence. It's just every show is a win, 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 win. It's remarkable the way it's written, and so I'm recommending it if it's something that you're looking for. All Creatures Great and Small is only 2 episodes, and we're waiting for the third, and it's a really cool show. That's all.
Oh, my goodness. I didn't realize we were live. I'm glad I didn't say anything untoward or stupid or out of the FCC file. Seriously.
Yeah.
I didn't realize we were live.
Okay,
Oops.
good. We are.
Assume every mic is hot, people. That's rule number 1. Assume every microphone is hot.
Yeah.
And yeah, All Creatures Great and Small, just a remarkable series. I think you said you've only watched 2 seasons. You
Well,
said
there is
episodes.
there's 2 seasons. There's like 14 episodes. There's not many of them, and they haven't started the third yet. That's all.
No, but it is a beautiful series, wonderful stories, and it's not new. It is a redo of a previous series from like 30 years ago, but the actors are absolutely stunning. The performances will move your soul. They are really wonderful. So yeah, I'm with you on that.
Yeah,
great idea.
Yeah, the writing's great. And if you're looking for something to watch over the weekend and you want to do family friendly, like Family, and it's about a veterinarian in the 30s, 1937 veterinarian. So there's a lot of animals, a lot of veterinary stuff. It's funny, it's moving, but the thing that I think is remarkable about it is the fact that there's no villain and it's always a win. So there's always a positive. It's really great.
And very little wokeness in it.
Yeah.
You know, the British tend to weave wokeness into a lot of these series, even if they are established in other decades.
Yeah.
So this one doesn't seem to have it. And there are a lot of other good British series out there, but they're always sliding the wokey.
Yeah,
in there.
they do.
And I don't like it.
Yeah. How about the latest? I mean, I know we weren't planning on going here, but how about the latest on the wokey? Netflix. Netflix is getting rid of the anti-racist baby show from Ibram Kendi. Is that right?
That's not the only one. They've got several shows that they're saying we're not going to do this. They also killed Rodham, which was supposed to be the Hillary Clinton series. They said, well, as they say in West Texas, El Paso, Hillary. There won't be a Rodham series. So there's several series that were on the fringe because Netflix is hemorrhaging subscribers. And I think people have awakened to the reality that Netflix has been indoctrinating people, and they just had to.
But what I'm reading, they're pretty bold about this. I mean, they not only have been telling staff, from what I've been reading, I don't know if this is true, and you've seen the same thing, that not only are they telling staff, listen, we're changing, we're going less woke, and if you don't like it, this might not be the place for you to work. But they have been going through. I mean, there are certain things that are still there, but when it comes to anything new or anything that they've been looking at in the future, or some of the positions on shows that they have taken previously, the dollar speaks. And so clearly they're backing away.
Well, what was really most encouraging to me was their initial reaction to the outrage at Dave Chappelle. Right. They told their people, too bad, we're not going to stop it. And they held strong on that despite the pushback from inside. And then they actually put out recently, late last week, I think it was, the memo that said, hey, the creative process is the creative process, and we're not gonna get in the way of that. Right. So that's really heartening because it means, and this kind of is along the lines of what Bill Maher's been doing. We suddenly heard Bill Maher going, you people are crazy. We're not going to be doing this. So I'm very happy about that.
Yeah. All right. So do the people in the Biden administration know, and what are they? Because we found out that the Biden administration had a pick for Supreme Court justice that's not a biologist. Now we come to find out that the Biden Interior Secretary is not an economist when it comes to things that are environmentally friendly. This exchange with Senator Bill Cassidy, the Biden Interior Secretary, and I have the audio to play, but remarkable how once again the administration is doing things and people in the administration saying things like, I'm not a biologist, I'm not an economist. What are you then? Maybe we can set this up before we play the audio.
The answer is they are a puppet.
There you go.
That really is what's here. You saw Jennifer Granholm last October laughing when she was asked on CNBC about how are we going to get more gas in the pipelines, and she just laughed.
Right.
She flat out laughed. So there is not a lot of competence in any of these cabinet positions that I've seen. HHS secretary has no experience in health at all. You have the DHS secretary, Mayorkas, who's an embarrassment in terms of protecting the country. So there is an abundance of incompetence in the cabinet. And it just is frightening to me that how we've accepted it. But now I think people are waking up.
Yeah.
And it really is something to see. And I don't know how the Democrats dig out of this, because you have to do something. They're doing something desperate. They're trying to create a wartime president because they know the nation usually rallies behind a wartime president. And they've sucked in a lot of the members of the GOP with this $40 billion funding that now tops $54 billion if you go back to what we've already given the Ukrainians. And I think it's a dangerous move. But it's their last gasp because they realize everything else they've done, all the woke crap, is not going to work.
Yeah. Are you discouraged by the fact that so many Republicans voted for the $40 billion? Which side are you on? Because you have the Mike Lees and the Rand Pauls that are like, I'm not doing it. And then you have the Ted Cruzes and the Senator Kennedys that are like, yeah, we have to do it.
Yeah, see, I have to part ways with Senator Kennedy and Senator Cruz on this because they're two guys I like.
Yeah.
But I just think we've lost the talking points here. I think we've lost the reality on what's going on, and we need to play the long game here. This is a gift to Ukraine, yes, but it's also a gift to the war machine people. And yes, we have to restock all of our supplies that we've handed over to them. But let's go back to the reality. Had we not abandoned $40 billion, no, wait a minute, $80 billion worth of equipment in Afghanistan, we wouldn't be where we are.
Right. Yep. There's a lot there. All right. I'm looking at the time. I know you got to run because you're going to be filling in for you got to fill in, right? You got to go.
I'm doing Chris Plant show nationally, but I want to make a prediction.
Oh, okay. Before we go, a Mike Opelka prediction. Go.
The new press secretary is toast.
Yeah,
already.
I agree. I heard there's rumors that who's it? Kirby from the Pentagon spokesperson. He's been coming in, and that leads you to believe that she's done.
Yeah, they've already decided. Now here's the conundrum: how do you fire the first black, gay, woman immigrant from that job?
Right.
You will be excoriated by 4 separate entities. And I just think we have to focus on hiring people who can actually do the job. And that's what we should be talking about when we talk about people we're hiring. This person is good because boom.
Right, exactly.
And this administration has not done that. Nothing exemplifies it more than I call her KGB, Karine Jean-Pierre.
You said, wait a minute, you said the first black gay what?
Black gay woman
Please
immigrant.
do not use gendered language to address everyone.
Sorry, I just love playing that.
I'll be over on the discipline couch. If you would.
Okay, I just love playing that. All right, you got to go. Okay.
Thank you, brother. Love you. Mean it.
Back at you. All right, he's got to go. All right, Mike Opelka right there. He's going to fill in for Chris Plant. They're a national show, so good for him. Go. They're leaving us. How do you like that? Now, I wanted to play this audio clip before we get to the fun stuff, some might say. The audio I was talking about, the Biden Interior Secretary, the whole I'm not an economist. So we had the Supreme Court nominee saying she's not a biologist, talking about, she's not a biologist. At the time, she was talking about what? Gender, and wasn't it the gender issues, abortion gender issues? Okay. So now you have a very important question that Senator Bill Kennedy asked of the Biden Interior Secretary. They want money. They got a budget request. So hold on. Before we give you money, we got a question. No leases in Alaska. No leases in the Gulf. Sorry for you. If you want to get our own resources here, you're not going to be able to do it. The Interior is the one that has something to say about this. So, but we do know that this administration's going to Venezuela to get oil because, there's nothing like going to a communist nation and going to your enemies for help. So Senator Bill Cassidy has a very interesting question.
Is it more environmentally friendly to develop and produce oil and gas resources off the coast of Louisiana, or is it more environmentally friendly to develop those resources, say, in Venezuela or in another country abroad, in terms of emissions, in terms of climate?
Senator, what I can say is that I think here in our country we care deeply about workers.
But that's not my question. My question is, what has the lowest emissions profile? Using Louisiana or American workers in the outer continental shelf off the Gulf with American companies and American regulations, or Venezuelan standards and Venezuelan crude?
Senator, I'm not an economist or
I'm not an economist. Is there anything else? I'm not an economist.
An engineer or a scientist.
She's not an engineer. She's not a What are you? Okay. Well, she's the Interior Secretary there for Joe Biden. A puppet, as Mike Opelka says. And I love that. I'm not an economist. I can't help you there. No, it's real simple. It goes to the climate change issue where I've said we're going to have electric vehicles that are going to be zero emission. Yeah, are you sure about that? Because you do realize that electric vehicles are made with parts, and there's a lot of things that are not created in this country. They're created in a place like China. And China does what? They give you the double barrel, as our friend Dan Bongino likes to say, when it comes to caring about climate emissions and regulations and the like. So you're really not exactly getting to that zero carbon that you think you're getting to, because the vehicle, you get this. Okay. So you have an opportunity to get oil from the Gulf or from Alaska, where you have regulations. You're making sure of all the things that you care about. But no, you want to go to Venezuela. That doesn't. So figure that one out. All right. Pivoting now to Jake the Millennial. It's Jake time. It's Jakey Jake time. It's time we get to Jake because it's Jake Day. It's Friday. It's how we end the program now each and every day with a little nugget of wisdom, a little nugget of something coming out of Jake's mouth. Typically, it's a piece of chicken finger or something. You just never know when it comes flying. So a couple of things. Let's end the program like this. Number one, did you watch the SNL bit?
Yeah, it was cool.
It's
it was
pretty.
all right.
That's pretty funny, right?
It was good. Yeah, I like that.
I made him watch the Saturday Night Live, Dan Aykroyd, Jane Curtin, point counterpoint. And that was, I don't know why we had the point counterpoint, like why I brought that up, but it was a funny bit. So you agree. See, there was a time when there was things that were funny. It's just.
Yeah, I guess you really just got to put yourself into the shoes of, an 80s kid, 70s kid, growing up in the 80s, 70s.
Good times. It was good times.
I wouldn't know. And it's hard to relate. It's hard to put myself in those
One
shoes.
of the greatest eras of music was the 80s.
Sure.
One of the greatest eras in sports was the 80s.
Debatable.
Some of the clothing out of the 80s, the most cutting edge, and even something, dare I say, being even utilized today.
Yeah.
The 80s was a pretty cool time.
It was all right. Looking back on it.
Yeah, the 70s.
Looking at pictures and stuff in black and white,
70s were great if you liked gas lines, which is kind of what we're doing now. We're heading towards.
What?
Gas lines. Like there were odd and even days. You ready for this? Here's something for you. You're going to like this.
I don't think so.
So in the 70s, we had odd and even days on when we could get gasoline. So you would look at the last number of your license plate, and if it was an odd number, you had the opportunity to go get gas. If it was an even number, you had to wait. Because we had long lines at the pump. Thanks to a Democrat president, that was a disaster. Does it sound familiar?
You know.
No. So, anyway. All right, so we pivot from that to things that you know, lessons you've learned. What's on Jakey Jake's?
Okay, so right now, it's kind of frustrating. I'm not even going to say who it is, but there's one of these talk show morning shows that's on my TV over here. And they were doing a story about there's this edible tape now for burritos. Okay?
Edible what?
An edible tape. People are taping their burritos together. Like, you know, you have a burrito, you roll the burrito.
Like Scotch tape, like tape.
It looked, yeah, but it was like green and it was edible.
And it holds the burrito together, and you can eat the burrito. You can eat that tape.
Right.
Genius.
I don't think it's genius. I think it's the laziest thing in the world. If you can't roll a burrito right and you have to use tape, stop rolling burritos. Okay? Go eat a sandwich. Go eat a taco.
Well, why don't they have one for tacos? You could use it for a taco.
No, you couldn't, because a taco folds, right? A burrito, there's 3 folds to a burrito, okay? You take the ingredients, you put them in the middle of the burrito, then you take the edges, and then you spread the middle of the ingredients out towards the edges.
Correct.
Right?
Yep.
You flip it over, then you crease the top flap, its edges on the left and right sides, you fold them in, and then fold into the fold.
Whoa. Wait a minute. Do you do the fold on the inside first or second?
What? No, listen. Okay.
No, when you have the burrito laid out and you put all the stuff on the burrito.
Yes.
And you spread it out to the edges. You take the edges and you fold them in first. Then you fold everything else over.
Yes, you take the outer edges.
Correct.
And then you
Fold
take
them
your
in.
ingredients and you kind of spread them out so they're all evenly distributed throughout the burrito.
Yeah.
So you're not getting, a big glob of sour cream or a big glob of cheese and no meat, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
You spread them out, and then you take the bottom, the flap closest to you, and you flip it over.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And then the flap farthest from you, you do these small little creases on the corner, and you fold them under the very first flap, and then you roll into it, and then it'll never open. And then you don't need tape.
Wait a minute. I didn't know this. How do you know something I don't know?
My first job was Taco Bell. And it doesn't go most people still, even today, when I go to Taco Bell, don't roll the burritos right.
Wow.
So maybe I should go in there and teach them.
No, why don't you just bring tape?
See?
Huh. All right. You just taught me. You're going to have to explain that because I was half paying attention to you. But you got to explain that to me because it's not been like a dilemma in my house that, we're arguing over or it's the end of the world or anything like that. I mean, I don't want to get dramatic, but it is, if it's something I could solve and I could show my son how to do this, he would think I'm a hero. I'm working on that. The hero thing. I don't know if okay. Yeah, I guess it's good if your dad's a hero. So the burrito thing might push me over the edge. I'm close.
It might, because if he uses tape, that's basically a participation trophy for cooking. It's in my opinion. Like, don't use tape.
Okay.
Figure it out, people.
That was an excellent segment that you just did there. That actually, we learned something today. So kudos to you. Look up kudos.
Nice.
Okay.
I got it.
All right, that's it for our Friday. Glenn Beck is next. We'll see you on Monday. A reminder, meet the candidates. We'll be... not next week, but the following week, meet the candidates, a chance for you to meet school board and county commission and city council and everybody that is running. Meet the Candidates event. June 1st is the event in Naples for Collier County at Seed to Table, 5 to 7 p.m. The Lee County event is June 2nd, and that is at the Bell Tower Shops at the corner of Daniels and 41, and that is 5 to 7 as well. All right, it's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
You need the host you trust, getting it right all day and all night. 92.5